Okay, we have a green box, we have a live counter ticking up, going to assume that means we are live, or very soon will be, and that means welcome back to the Storytime network, where we are playing yet more D&D. The two parties are together. This is going to be chaos for us.
It's going to be a nightmare, logistically speaking.
Not to mention, as Kaido pointed out, instead of, putting we've split into two groups, and instead of putting one of our two characters in each group, we've just kept our own characters in the same group, which is a mistake probably.
That's your decision. I didn't suggest you do any of these, so you
No,
Oh no,
not
that's 100% on us.
yeah, not blaming you at all.
Funny.
This is our dumbassery at work. Also, just to let everybody know, Roll20 has finally implemented a dark mode, and it sucks, so this is the last you'll be seeing of it.
Take a look at this monstrosity.
It's like they don't realize people use Discord to play these games as well. So why not just ape that? Whatever. Anyway,
What we see right here is exactly the reason why not.
It's because the only player who can see it fine is a warlock, because of, Eldritch Sight.
That's a horrifying apt metaphor.
The problem is, though, is that the only person who has an Eldritch Sight user is also playing a non-Eldritch Sight user, so it's negated for himself. Anyway, enough about that. So, last we left our heroes with Aldane, the half-elf paladin, Seamus, the half-elf bard, Daron, the Genasi rogue, Felix, the Eladrin painter, in addition to some very special arrivals in the form of Afru, the changeling warlock, Juniper, the shifter ranger, Palios, the tiefling bard, and Brick, the warforged fighter. As the Slayer's Take party was making their way to meet up with Oryx, he immediately told them to go elsewhere and travel westward, straight from the capital, informing you to pick up some very important people. While that was going on, the party was having a wonderful time dealing with the Cult of the Terrace dungeon, as Aldane had to look after a one-armed river, while the other three decided to
take the long way around.
To be fair, you don't know what was waiting for you. You could have came right into a pitfall trap, and then no one would have
While
known that
Aldane was
guys.
busy slapboxing in defense of the one-armed champ.
But yes, the rest of you eventually made your way there to come in with the save. Such highlights as Daron breaking concentration on two very helpful,
That was
two very dangerous spells. Seamus being able to keep the other two, who had arrived there earlier, up and not dead, and
Thank
Felix just dropping some meaty damage, and
That's a lot of damage.
thankfully being so
stubborn as to just ignore enemies abound. Basically.
I mean, I was gonna say he was so useless that it didn't matter, but that would be wrong because Felix wasn't really useless. He did what was expected, and But regardless, you dealt with the fight. However, not long afterwards, you were suddenly ambushed, in quotations, by a very colourful cast of group who, before they met you guys, encountered a small human child by the name of Hope, who very much is the only surviving member of her family, as you never found the brother, possibly because he was eaten by Rua's dad? However, you did find the mother and father, who were very much dead, leaving her as an orphan. And yes, with you guys in tow, you met the main party. And after some very awkward talks, as Daron managed to not recognize Jubilee, even though they are very tied to each other in some ways, you started speaking. However, it was cut short as some members of the Cult of the Tarrasque came in and were ready to throw hands with you guys. Thankfully, you were saved from having any tense fighting as Akira came in with the save. And after that happened, Akira showed you guys basically that Rua was incorrectly regenerating, even though it wasn't his fault. And with the help of you all, opened Rua up, and you got to see some very bad stuff. After some tense situation where he basically had to do surgery on Rua while he didn't have anesthetic, he, according to Akira, was saved, or at least, not permanently fucked up. Afterwards, you met back up with Oryx and a very tired Tristan and a very tired Kurotoa in Pisces. And after what was some really bad rolls, you eventually realised that the Triton in question was actually Tristina's brother, Tristan Dentus.
I don't think we ever actually succeeded on that roll. We just ended up asking him if he knew a Triton called Tristina.
Yes. Well, either way, once everyone was roughly acquainted, then came the next problem as a matter of teleporting out of there. As unfortunately the teleport spell has a maximum limit of 8 people. And, only Oryx is someone who can cast teleport. Thankfully, however, Oryx had a spare helm of teleportation, which allowed you guys to make it to Akira's home. And the party has had to be split in half, with the party with Oryx being a comatose Rua, Seamus, Brick, Tristan, Pelios, and Aldane, while the Akira group, who is currently waiting for him to attune to the helmet of teleportation, is Pisces, Felix, Afro, Daron, and Juniper. We're gonna start with the group who are currently at the orphanage. It is much later in the day for you guys, as time zones are a thing.
Oh my.
To give an idea, whereas the Bovetment group, the people who are there anyway, it's like, what would you say? Like it's sort of middle of the day, like afternoonish. It's night pretty much for the other group. Yes. So, for Aldane and Seamus, you obviously recognise this place. It's where you've met Akira once before. And it doesn't take long for a few children that you recognise from your first visit there to come out. Some have weapons. A couple of them actually have magic in their hands.
What do you got there? A knife! No!
For Brick and Pelios, you see a bunch of children who look ready to fight.
Well, it's not the first time I'll have beaten up children. I hope it's the last.
Can we fight now?
No, Oryx just stands in between and just says, "Do you remember me, Uncle Oryx?" And the moment he says that, a few of the kids start with have a nonplussed expression, as if they're not happy to see him. As they immediately lay down their arms and stop.
So, Kaido, on a scale from the a slight pursing of the lips to full on "I have met Excalibur" expression, how much did they
Oh
cringe?
God, Excalibur.
I don't get the reference.
Hold on.
Fate, I'm assuming.
No, it is a reference to
Soul
Soul
Eater.
Eater.
Oh.
Oh right, I was gonna say the last time I interacted with Soul Eater was back when it was still relevant, which is like a decade ago.
Yep. But no, you know the expression, right?
No, because again, we're talking a decade ago.
Hmm. Hold on, I'll get the image.
I mean, if you want to incite the kids, Plios and Brick,
Of course.
considering what's just happened.
Sure.
Nice.
Very good. So both of you can tell, it looks like they were ready on guard. Not as if like they've been stood there the whole time, but it's more once they seemingly realised you were there, they got ready and seemingly were quite ready very quick. They've probably been trained by Akira rather well. Or maybe there's frequent enough attacks that they're used to it.
Not a bad response time.
The oldest of the lot looks like a 17-year-old, a 17-year-old tiefling boy, who maybe not carries the, like, what would you call it? Doesn't carry himself off as the leader, but at least is the one willing to sort of, you know, be willing to sort of take the, like, lead from the front, I guess you could say. Or at least be the first one in the fight. And he just sighs as he looks to Oryx and just says, "Why are you here now? What's Akira done?" And Oryx just like waves his hands like, no, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Worry not. Akira is very fine. In fact, he's going to be arriving in probably like 28 minutes or so by this point. And a few of the kids sort of like, upon hearing that, sort of go back inside. A few of them rubbing their eyes, looking very sleepy. And so the tiefling just looks over at all of you and just notices Seamus and Aldane and just says, "Oh, wait, where's the rest of your group?"
They'll be coming in with they'll be coming in the second group.
Okay. Excuse me. As, you know, that happens, Oryx just then looks at the rest of you guys, the party, at least, well, half of each party, and just says, "Oh, yes, that reminds me, Brick, Aldane, because you're
Just
both
sent the image
strong,
now.
you're both strong boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Can you both take Rua into the infirmary?
Of course.
Okay.
Good. Both of you, Brick and Aldane, pick up Rua. He's quite light, to be fair. Like, he's not... Like, he's got muscle definition, but he's not, like, built like Brick would have been before he became Warforged and what Aldane currently is.
Kaido, I uploaded the image into the
I've
general
seen
chat.
it. I mean, some of them are kind of like that. A few of them are more just, like, almost let down.
Nice.
As you
I was
get...
gonna say also, Rua did just lose a decent amount of weight.
Yeah, he does have one arm. So, as you guys sort of lead Rua inside, one of the kids, who is a... Let me find the thing. Because I actually have, like, a list of them all. One of them is a... What the fuck is the thing? load. Oh my God. Here we go. One of them looks like a young wood elf child, a young girl, and she just sort of leads you both to where the infirmary is. You remember this very well, Aldane, as this is where you woke up after dealing with the Black Knight.
Hmm.
Brick, you see a very big room that has like probably 20 cots to sleep in, with like a lot of basic medical equipment by each cot. And you just, none of them look like they're being used, so you can just easily put him on the one that's immediately in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you set him down, he sort of just like, he doesn't really react, but it just looks like he's sort of laying there in some discomfort. It doesn't take you long though after you've set him down for the young elven child to sort of lead you back to where the others are. The rest of you, while that's happening, are also led inside. You come to the sort of entrance where it's like, it's a decent size-ish room, you know, because in theory it'd be where a lot of the kids are coming in and out of the building. A few of them already is mostly actually like they're in pajamas and going back to sleep. The younger ones anyway. Some of the older ones are still in like the normal clothes. Probably going to stay up a bit later because, you know, they're older. One of them, being a water genasi, just looks to you all and just says, so, where are you guys sleeping tonight? He looks to you all.
We'll figure something out.
Lots of cots in the infirmary.
Oh, yes, yeah, you can use those. I'm sure Akira won't mind. Yeah, as he's sort of like speaking, you can tell he's kind of very much avoiding eye contact. Only for like a brief moment does he sort of steal a glance to look at you all. It's pretty weird considering the last water genasi you spoke with was Torrent. They don't look the same, however. Like, whereas Torrent sort of had more like lush, like striking blue hair, this young Triton, water genasi sort of has more greenish blue hair. And their eyes are a very different sort of like look to them. But he just says, so, if you, and he looks like he's trying to speak, but he's stammering too much. And the tiefling just says, like, just go to bed already, I'll deal with it. Besides, I'm supposed to stay up late tonight anyway to keep watch. And the boy just, like, thank you, and just immediately, like, runs off to one of the, like, to the upstairs bit of the building. Once he's gone, Oryx just, like, looks around, and just says, well then, I guess I'll be dealing with contacting people in the meantime. If you guys want to, like, chat, I really don't care. Just, yeah, and he just shrugs as he sort of walks outside. And so you're all left with each other, as there is a, you know, for you, Seamus and Aldane, there's a Triton who's seemingly the brother of someone you consider a friend, a Tiefling who's apparently related to Zaros, and a Warforged.
Well then.
Well, I might as well practice the music. Do you guys want to hear anything?
Sure.
So I'm guessing there's like a sitting area somewhere around there.
the area you're in is kind of a sitting area.
Yeah, I
It
figured.
looks like there's like a corner where there's like a few couches and some chairs, like a table in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It could from the looks of it, it could probably sit all of you plus like a couple of the others from back in Bovetman.
Sweet. So, Seamus and Brick at least are gonna like kind of go sit over there. Brick is kind of curious as to what this music thing is.
You would have heard it from Pelios.
Well, he's heard Pelios, but it's like I'm assuming it's different styles of music between Bovetman and Tenoyama.
I mean, it'd be different instruments for sure.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Bovetman would use sort of like orchestral instruments. So like violins, harps, and just some other stuff like that. Also because they have a sort of again like quite a big mercenary culture. Like drums are also used quite frequently. Whereas for Tenoyama it'd be more Eastern Asian instruments like
The
shamisen and other things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Pelios, as you see this half-elf about to play some music, do you want to join in with him?
Sure.
Right then, both of you, give me performance checks.
Please double that one.
Oh, that would be funny, but no, we're not doing double nat ones on this one.
Right, so Seamus got an 18, Pelios, you got a 16. So for you, Pelios, you're still getting used to the fact that you have an artificial arm to play instruments with. Like, you don't have sensation of touch in the arm.
Mm-hmm.
So, since you've had it, it's been easy to, like, miss a few notes here and there. Because even though you've still got the feel and the muscle memory of your arm, there's still just something missing. Because you don't have the sensation of the touch to remind you of how hard you should, or how soft you should, use your instrument. You still do a very good job. Like, you still rake in the money when you have to play instruments to make ends meet here and there, whenever times have been tough. But you can clearly tell, like, Seamus is a bit better than you, at least right now. Maybe if things were a bit more fortunate and you didn't have, like, that fighting you've been doing and all the rushing, you could probably maybe overtake him, if only just because you're older and have more experience. But he does seem to have some talent. For you, Seamus, you can't help but notice that this tiefling has an artificial arm. And it's clear that he's got, like, a level of skill and experience that you haven't gotten yet.
Mm-hmm.
If only just in life experience, because, you're both quite travelled men, but, like, he's at least got years over you that you haven't got yet.
Yup.
I believe Pelios is supposed to be in his 30s.
Yeah, and
Or
Seamus is,
correctly.
like, what? Like, mid to early 20s?
Mid to late 20, like he's like 25.
Yeah, so...
Probably.
So mid-20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nearly, like, a decade of experience that's different between you both. But you both kind of make up for it with the different cultures you've been raised in. Like, both countries are very much all in about, like, if you're going to learn something, then you should do it right, and you should put the time in and the effort. Whereas, like, Bovetman's a bit more lax in the sense where, it's a bit more free as a country and a bit more... not casual, but, like... how would you describe it? Like, there's not an emphasis on learning one particular thing and making it your all, like there is in, say, Tenoyama. Like, when you sort of pick a career path in Tenoyama, you sort of, like... But, the culture around perfecting your skill is more apparent. Whereas, like, in Bovetman, it's not uncommon to do, like, 2 jobs. Kind of what you end up doing, Pelios, where you're a bard and also an adventurer.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like, it's quite close. At least in this current performance, you're both quite even, but there's a slight edge from you, Seamus. But again,
Nonetheless, Seamus like looks over and kind of like gives a little nod, just of acknowledgement that yeah, we're playing good.
While they're doing that, Brick, Aldane, do you just sit and enjoy it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice music. It's very good for the setting the mood, especially if it, wanting time to wind down after that big fight and all the rushing you've had to do. And also just, like, it's also night time where you are right now. So, like, it's nice music to just chill and sort of maybe not fall asleep to, but you could easily, like, enjoy a good glass of whiskey with this and just chat about life.
Brick doesn't sleep, drink whiskey, or chat.
But I assume Brick can still remember it from when he was, not a Warforged, or at least vague memories.
True.
Like, getting around, playing a few card games, just chatting shit.
Yeah. This is the reason that Brick likes music, because it does awaken, like, deep-rooted memories.
While this music's going on as well, both of you, Seamus and Aldane, feel a sort of sereneness coming from your respective weapons. Almost as if the weapons themselves are also enjoying the music.
Nice.
Nice.
My brain trembles.
God damn it.
You guys gave me this, or you could blame Kaido, but I'm gonna milk this for all it's worth.
Seamus is experiencing galaxy brain.
Big brain time.
Meanwhile, unless you want to like chat amongst your characters.
No need for chatting. We've all bonded through the power of music.
I do think So, are they continuing to play, or is the performance over at some point or another?
I mean, you're playing Pelios, Jack. Depends on how long you want Pelios to keep playing for. I'd say this would probably be like a 5 to 10 minute performance, and then,
Sounds about right.
you can continue if you want by making more performance checks.
Elias decides to take a break after the first 10-minute performance. To tune up his arm a little bit. Make sure it's working properly.
Seamus will stop as well.
While he's doing that, Elias looks at Aldane and says, "You look familiar. Do I know you?" "Yes. No, you don't. But... that's why I recognize you. Little Ori wrote so many letters."
You're on Cousin Zarus's to kill list.
Hasn't said that. Little Ori is just very, very happy with. I understand why she's so taken with you. You do look like quite a specimen. But I can't imagine that helps your relationship with Cousin Zarus all that much, does it? No, it does not. How did you come to that conclusion? Oh, I've got letters from him too. Oh, this is going to be interesting to see how this unfolds. Would you mind if I got out a snack if I visited when the inevitable duel takes place? I would love to see it.
Seamus is watching respectfully.
I'd rather not have a very large audience to my getting murdered, thank you. Oh, if you insist.
I would also like a ticket to this battle.
It won't happen anytime soon. Hopefully. But it'll happen eventually, I guess.
Seamus just kind of is sitting over in the corner, snickering a little bit, thinking about how he's going to tell Felix all about this.
Well, this is quite the awkward experience, so can we please change the subject? Oh, if you insist. I would like to play.
I'd be happy to provide. Tristan just says he's been sat there quietly, just like. So, how do you guys know my sister?
Oh, she's in the city guard.
Yeah, we're all from Cordis, so we work with her quite often. She even kicked my ass once.
It was very funny.
That sounds like something she'd do. I mean, to be fair, not to offend you, sir, but how did she beat you? Like, I mean,
I wasn't really allowed to use magic.
Right. I mean, she has magic, so.
Yeah, but physically she's a lot stronger than me.
Fair enough. I mean, she's always beaten me whenever we've had fights as children, so. I mean, partly
Yes.
why I became a druid is so I could wild shape into creatures she couldn't beat. Didn't help very much.
She's kind of a badass, yeah.
She's a scary lady.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're the only family we have. It's just me and her. And we've not seen each other in, what? I want to say 3 to 4 years now? Back where we came from, as we were swimming in underneath the ocean, and, you know... She screamed out my name, and by the time I saw what she was trying to draw my attention with, there was a giant hole in, like, space, you know, in existence that just opened up and just swallowed me in. The last thing I saw was her trying to reach out to me, and by the time I woke up, I found myself on the shores of Pahala.
And you haven't gone back to find her since?
The portal closed by the time I came to. Like, I don't even know how far I drifted from wherever I ended up. If I ended up drifting differently. For all I know, I could have been teleported on the beach, and then I just stayed there, not really moving until I woke up. Or I could have been several hundred meters away, and the ocean currents took me to the shore. So, knowing about planes and portals and holes in space isn't exactly like common knowledge.
True.
But hey, you know, doesn't matter now. I've yet to see my sister, and who knows, we'll probably head back home. Don't worry though, as he looks to you, Polaris and Brick, I'll still, you know, show my face around you guys. I'd like to think there'd still be room in the Slayer's Take for me, if you needed it. Also, with my sister around, I should have more negotiation power when it comes to drafting up a contract with Afru. Meanwhile, I imagine Afru just sneezes.
No, Afro just shivers like, I feel like somebody's about to break their contract.
Jubilee responds, you know, that's usually what happens when we leave the two idiots alone.
Yeah, one of us probably should have gone with them. Oh well.
I love how Jubilee and Athru has just turned into a mob boss and Jubilee is enforcer.
Anyway, back with the Jack and Dylan team. Yeah. As sort of Tristan continues to speak, he gets interrupted as Oryx walks back in. So, I've been talking to some people. The reception here is terrible. It's almost like I did too good of a job to make this place impossible to track. Who would have guessed? Anyway, not the point. I've found some contacts. You know, spread my feelers around, proverbially. And, yeah. I mean, it's nothing to do with this situation, just thought you should know. Oh wait, I'm an idiot, I forgot. I did speak to the guildmaster, Pelios, Tristan and Rick. I've told them you're on leave for a bit. Told, not asked, because, you know. Oh, I didn't tell you guys, I own 5% of the shares for the guild. Like the guild organisation, Belvetman.
That does not surprise me.
It's partly why I can't be a lawyer in that country, because, you know, I also own a small bit of shares in quite a few businesses in Belvetman. It'd be a bit unfair if I was also a lawyer. Neither here nor there. What is important is, though, is that you are allowed a break. So, go wherever you want. Yeah, just make sure you're back in Belvetman by, you know, the end of 2 months, or at least on your way. Otherwise, I'm going to be in deep shit. Which doesn't mean abuse that, because I'll just turn into a dragon and take you there myself. But you know, no pressure. Anyway, what's going on? I heard music. I heard chatting. Can I join the conversation? Wait, it doesn't matter. I took you here. I'm allowed to do what I want. He just sits down and sort of like acts like he's not, you know, he's not been outside. As he does that, Tristan will do a stealth check to try and see if he can whisper something. Everyone just hears him lean into your ear, Pelios, as he just says, Oryx is such a dick, isn't he?
He whispers back, no comment. Do I need to make a stealth check for that? I think I need to make a stealth check for that.
Yes.
Haha!
Seamus, what's your passive perception?
22.
Yeah, you'd have heard. You would have just heard Pelios say no comment.
I'm starting to like you already, Pelios.
Meanwhile, we cut back to the other group. As you've just seen the others leave, and you are left there while Akrua attempts to attune to the helmet of teleportation.
If I remember correctly, we left off last session with Akra telling us, I think, how he killed the last Azamar of Crusaders.
So, here's the scene. Just give me 1 second, I just need to find the right music. As Akra takes out his phone. No, this doesn't happen.
Oryx has helped me create this new device where you can play music. It makes bards just completely obsolete. You can also just, you know, use sending, just like, for a very small price, like 5 coppers a message.
Also, it lets you, with this device...
It lets you nat 20 knowledge checks.
You can use a form of scrying that allows you to communicate while seeing the other person on the other end. I intend to call it Skype.
Damn it.
Anyway, god damn it, where's the music that I wanted? No, this is too... This just doesn't sound right. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
Don't cry, Kaido.
Akira, you've
I'm
got to
not-
remember your Spotify login.
I haven't used it in months. I don't use Spotify.
Nobody smart does.
Oh my god. I'm actually gonna like... No, it's fine, I found it. Here we go, here's some new music. There you go.
We'll get that up.
So where was I? Oh yeah, I didn't even start the story. Sakura just like... So, I was probably a young lad at around... Well, I can't remember the exact age, but I was definitely around the 200s. So, you know, only a century ago. I was in the city of Sigil. The City of Doors, as you will. If anyone wants to roll an Arcana check, they can do that, as he mentioned Sigil, whatever that is.
So, Athru's
Seamus will
Arcana,
roll.
and then Felix.
Seamus isn't there, Dylan, so
Oh,
he
that's
can't roll
right.
Arcana.
I forgot they hadn't teleported yet.
Yeah,
None
yeah.
of my characters have Arcana.
Both of mine do.
So, both of you, Felix, why is he saying Sigil and not Sigil? It's really confusing. Afro, you've heard stories of a Sigil, City of Doors, a completely different plane of existence. Typically, it's almost like the hub for people who want to travel across planes. You don't know terribly much because you've never been there personally. The only few things you know is that it has a very completely different dialect to what you, in the Prime Dimension, speak. And there's also a being called the Lady of Pain, who you are basically not ever supposed to acknowledge, because she can just flay you to death. And if she doesn't flay you, she teleports you into an unescapable chamber, a labyrinth. And if you somehow escapes that, she'd then just flay you to death.
Pleasant.
I mean, she is, if you, never draw her attention.
Well, fingers crossed the dude who portal stepped or used the Staff of Power to get away drew her attention.
That's if he ended up in Sigil. He could have ended up in one of the 9 hells.
Well, wherever he is, I hope he's suffering.
Regardless, basically, as you realise that, Akira then just goes on to pretty much roughly says what you've just said, what you know.
Mm-hmm.
That, Akira went there, he's been there quite a lot, because he travelled dimensions and plane hopped quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Once he found ways to leave Tiral and, the Prime Dimension. But yes, after that, he then just continues. And yeah, once I got to... once after my partner and I dealt with... I can't even remember where we went to, it's been a while now. She'd probably know, but she's currently in the land of the dead. And he just sort of lets that hang in the air.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no! He just waves his hands. She's not dead, she's just in the land of the dead.
Does Athru know that that's a place you can just, come and go from?
religion check.
Oh, this is
You
gonna
can
go
al-
well.
You can also do this Jubilee. Actually, Felix and Daron, you can also do it because he's
It's
told you that the God of Life brought her there, but you still aren't sure if that's actually like an easy thing for you to accomplish.
So first is Athro, second is Felix, because I forgot to change the characters, because that's going to be something to get used to. But either way, did well. Surprisingly.
Daron, you, as far as you know, the only way you could end up in the land of the dead is if you were to be, well, you know,
Yeah.
dead. Juniper, you've heard some esoteric knowledge from your dealings with Fae, you know, to procure the skill set you have as a Fae Wanderer. You've heard it's possible, but you aren't sure how. Felix. Similarly to Juniper, you've heard means to travel, but you aren't sure how. Apart from if someone was to open a gate that would basically bring you over there. Like, so it'd be a case of someone would have to do it from the land of the dead side. You don't know of any ways to do it from another plane's side of entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Afro, from what you've heard from your correspondences with the Azamar of Crusaders, the current one, you've heard that it's possible to travel back and forth. It's just a bit more tricky compared to other planes because basically, if you were to die in the land of the dead when you weren't already dead, your soul would basically be tethered there. And you'd have to find ways to bring yourself back from the dead, which in itself is very tricky to do in the land of the dead. Just having to say dead a lot. Ugh. And from what you've heard, the Azamar himself has tried to actually bring back the previous Azamar, except what Akira did to the previous Azamar was so... Basically, Akira killed him so hard,
He couldn't
there's
be
not
brought
much
back.
left to bring back.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. From what you know,
So he
not
got
only
effectively perma-killed, huh?
not only did Akira destroy the body to the point where they'd have to create a replica to store his body in, the
Ouch.
fight damaged his soul to the point where even attempting that would potentially bring him into non-existence. And from what you know as well, that would look very bad if you tried to do that and failed, because it would basically mean you're a sign of weakness to the other gods.
Goody.
Which basically means that, like, they can't even retaliate against Akira because, again, he lost to Akira. A mortal beat an Azamar. And, you know, you kind of just have to take the L, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, so he just continues and just says, so after we dealt with whatever plane we went to, we, you know, my partner, who was quite pregnant at the time, about, I want to say, probably 7 months in, we had just returned and we were on our way to the tavern that we'd frequent in Sigil. And on the way, pretty much out of nowhere, we heard a loud gathering of energy. I, with my ability to channel the planes and magic from the planes, could sense a portal had just suddenly opened up from the source of the energy. We made our way over, and there he was, the Azamar of Crusaders. And he looked very furious as he immediately found me, and attempted to fight me. I say attempted, he did a bit more than that. Afro, for a brief moment with like a frown, not like he's angry at you, but more like he's trying to think.
Hmm.
What do you know the Azamar can do?
Good
This would
question.
This would be a religion check, Afro.
Right. Throws. This one not so knowledgeable.
All you know, because you've never actually met another Azamar before, is that they seemingly can command power to do with the god they're associated from. That's pretty much all you really know. Do you share that?
Yes.
Akira nods, yes. And given Crusaders is the Azamar, given Crusaders is the god of war, the Azamar can effectively channel and create weapons. I don't know what the current Azamar can do, but I know the one I fought was able to basically summon holes in space as he just starts drawing circles mid-air, like this, and then he just pushes his hands forward, and weapons can just fire out, like projectiles. Or he can, keep them in the air to act as like a deterrent. And basically, once he found me, he summoned several spears and shot them at me. But of course, well, as he how to word this? As he just sort of adjusts his collar of his cloak, looking quite proud of himself. It's pretty hard to hit me, and I'm also pretty good at throwing weapons back. However, what happened is that he wasn't trying to target me. He tried to target my partner, and impaled her. And he kind of pauses, and you see for a brief moment as his eyes flicker silver on and off, as if light is coming to them. Almost as if a fire is slowly trying to spark up.
Mm-hmm.
And for a quick moment, Afro, you feel the sword in your possession just break out, as if it could sprout legs and run away, if that was possible. Thankfully, she didn't die, and neither did our child, as he gestures to you, Felix and Daron, the king of Cordis. Thankfully, he wasn't hurt or damaged, but very dangerously, on the edge. And in that moment, I kind of awakened to something, I guess you could say. And that was when I accessed a new level of power that I didn't even realize existed. And in my rage and fury and grief, as I possibly had lost the woman I love and the child who, we were eagerly waiting for to come, I kind of lost it. And, well, you probably have just as much of an idea as where I'm going with this. Afri, was it?
Yes, Yes. Very, very aware.
I won't say I'm proud of what I did. I was very, brutal, I guess you could say. But to be fair, Crusaders actually made me a champion of him, even though I didn't want it. And this was basically his way of spiting me for not appreciating the gifts he gave me. And yeah, I decided at that point, even though I was quite, not anti-religious, but, agnostic, I decided enough was enough, and if any other god or any associate of a god did anything like this again, I'd find the god themselves and, well, you know, give the gods the reason for all of them to fear me. And yeah, by the end of it, I basically killed the Azamar so hard he didn't really have a body to go in, like an existence to form around back in the land of the dead, from what I've heard. And yeah, that's how I killed him. Pretty sparse with the details, but I mean, if you want to know more, I can tell you, but I mean, do you want to know more? As he looks at you all.
Felix goes, yes, please. I want to know how to kill a god as well.
I mean, I punched him very, very hard. You saw what my son did to those plate armors? The Azamar was wearing legendary tier armor, and I killed him by punching him through the stomach while he had his armor on. So, you know, I mean, hey, it did break my fingers afterwards, but, you know, it only broke my fingers. Oh, I actually forgot. I had a staff of striking that I ended up breaking when I smashed him with it. Everyone can roll an Arcana check, as he mentions the staff of striking.
I'll throw first. Athru is not paying attention at this point. He's mentally communicating with his patron, basically saying, "You ever asked me to take this guy on? I'm saying no."
You hear a voice in your head come from the weapon as it just says, "If it wasn't for the fact that you could not feasibly outrun this man, I wouldn't do it anyway. But if you wanted to summon the Black Knight and team up with him,
Did you
that
not
would
hear
be
what
fair
he
enough.
said? He killed the Black Knight. He might not have done it
Yeah.
fully, but the point still stands. The Black Knight got taken down. This isn't going to work."
We are aware we were simply giving you the option to entertain. While that's being said, Juniper, you aren't sure of the Staff of Striking. You've never really heard of one before. You'd assume it's like, you know, a magical staff. And this man doesn't seem like a magic user. Felix and Dayron, both of you have heard the story of when Akra actually got a Staff of Striking. This was back when he was still called Aster, and this was while the Wildcards had killed a Beholder. From what you've vaguely know of, a Staff of Striking is just as durable and as strong as Rua's Moonblade. So, you know, like a tier 3 strength weapon. The thing is, those sorts of magical weapons aren't meant to break. And Akira seemingly broke his own staff.
Scary.
Which means he probably hit the Azamar that hard with it. And yeah, he just then goes on and says, "Yeah, I lost my Staff of Striking. I also had to pay property damage for destroying 4 houses from the resulting explosion.
Shocking.
Thankfully, though, I still had my Sunblade, which is now in my partner's possession because I gave it her. But hey, whatever. But yeah, if you want to know, Felix is pretty much just be very strong, hit very hard, and if they do beg for mercy, there's probably a reason why they've got you to that point to fight them. then you must ask yourself, do they really deserve it if they've got you to that point? The thing is, I didn't initiate the fight. I just wanted it to end and give the gods a reason to back off. So, you know, as he just shrugs.
Well, it's good knowledge for the future.
Well, who knows? Maybe we'll end up fighting Crusaders one day. As he just steals a quick glance at you, Afro.
I don't think that'll be necessary. Will it?
I mean, Afro says that?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if Crusaders still has beef with me, I don't really care what anyone thinks. I mean, you know, I'm out of practice. I've been out of practice for a bit, but I mean, just because I've lost access to the power I had to kill... What's his face? What was the Azamar previously called? I never actually got his name. I was too busy, you know, punching him to death.
Is that something Athro knows?
Yes, it is. Let me find the name. Let me see. His name, the Azamar, was called... let me see. Gunnar. This is the name.
That was Norse.
Mm-hmm. Gunnar was the name of the Azamar, and he was an Azamar that was born human. By the time Gunnar had basically ascended to the point where he was effectively the right hand of Crusaders, he had single-handedly stopped a war on both sides. Both sides with men of at least 100,000 strong on each side. At least that's according to the stories. It's very likely the numbers were exaggerated to make Gunnar seem even more impressive. Some theorists believe it was probably only like 1,000 on each side, which is still a lot, but you know. And once Gunnar had proved himself to his father basically helped ascend him to, you know, be a full-fledged Celestial. And he was also considered the strongest Azamar at the time. To give you more of an idea on how horrifying it was that Akra was able to beat him.
Well, let me just be very clear. As grateful as myself and my taciturn friend who teleported... How long ago was it now? How long has it been?
Akra shrugs. Out of character, it's probably only been like another... Probably like... You've probably reached the 10-minute mark of Akra needing to, you know, attune to this item.
About 10 or so minutes ago, as grateful as we are to Crusaders for saving us in the Frostfang Mountains, if he were to ever return to his, let's say, threatening ways towards yourself, we would not be party to it.
I mean, he probably wouldn't make you have a choice. If he was... I take it your friend wasn't originally a Warforged, right?
No, he was not.
He probably built something inside that would force him to take control of him. Meaning your friend would basically just become another construct that could then be used to charge energy in, probably to explode and blow me up. I'm not saying that was the intended purpose, but... all I'd say is I'd be careful your friend doesn't end up suddenly becoming... without any sort of, you know, choice.
appreciate the warning. Something we will investigate.
I take it that weapon, as he points to your sword, Afro. I take it that's your means of channeling your power, right, as well?
The sheath is, yes.
Fair enough. I had a friend who used to do that. You've probably heard of him if any of you've heard even the slightest bit about my past. Orcan Stone Cold? Goliath Gentleman? Known for sometimes unleashing his absolute stunners.
God damn it.
All of you would have heard of Orcan Stone Cold. He was considered one of the founding members of the Wild Cards. And yes, he was known as a very powerful warlock who was known to be the second coming of the Reaper. And in fact, it was later found out that he was chosen as the champion of Zoom, the god of death.
Good to know.
From what you've heard, though, the weapon that Orcan used was never recovered.
Was it a steel chair?
No. He only started using steel chairs after Akira invented the folding chair. Akira actually claps his hands. Oh yeah, I should tell you the time I invented the folding chair.
Just mentally, after just like, this is gonna be a long 15 minutes.
So, the name of the place doesn't exist anymore because, you know, everyone decided to change the name of the maps and the locations. I get it, you know. If I lived in a country that was pretty much entirely consumed by human rulers, I'd probably want to draw away from that. Doesn't matter.
Would Felix know the original name?
Yes. The original name of the place was actually a location in where was it now? It was actually a location in Tenoyama. What was originally called Onyx. Well, because back before the war against humans, Tenoyama actually occupied more of the land, and the maps looked a bit differently. Like, Tenoyama originally encompassed about this much of the land. So the country was a lot smaller. And this little area, known as Onyx, was originally called this. Stone's Reach. It was originally a dwarven settlement. And Akira just continues and says, back when Onyx was known as Stone's Reach, for you historians, we had basically been asked to deal with a problem there that was slowly brewing. The problem in question was actually finding the leader of the Stone's Reach. A young lady, I say young, she was, what, like 100 years old at the time? So she was like 8 decades older than me. God, that's a long time ago. As he widens his eyes as if like, oh my god, I've been alive this long. Anyway, point was, we had to go to Stone's Reach to deal with that. We found the lady on the way being mauled by wolves. We took her back and we found there was a coup. Apparently, not happening, but you know, a coup was being planned, is what I mean. So we had to deal with all of the major leaders of the country, and the town even, and one of the leaders who actually did plan the coup suddenly brought out a fuck ton of goblins from the mines and a bunch of trolls and other horrible monsters. Well, not monsters, they're still people, but just, bad guys anyway. We dealt with the coup, and yours truly, as he points to himself, was the one who dealt the finishing blow on the leader of the coup. I didn't kill him, instead I did something much worse. Do any of you know this part of the history books? All of you can roll a history check for this particular thing he's referencing. Daron knows. Felix, can you make the rolls? Or Mel? Wow. Afro doesn't know. Oh, Felix doesn't know. Afro and Daron. Both of you know this especially well, and both of you end up wincing. The way how Akira defeated this man is he kicked the man in the groin that hard that his crotch plate became concave. His outie was an innie.
Stupid.
Both his
Ow.
outies. Both his outies.
Stupid fucking
His king-
university students.
Did they pull the alarm off?
I don't know if they
Set the
pulled the
alarm.
alarm off, but they fucking set it off somehow.
That's what I meant.
They were smoking
yeah.
weed.
Dumbasses.
But yeah, basically though, this dwarf's crotch plate went concave, and so did the rest of his privates. Which leads, Daron, you don't have the anatomy, if I'm correct, right?
Correct.
But it's still not a nice image. And for you, Afro, bearing in mind this was Aster when he was still 18 years old. It's been over 300 years since then. And since then, Afro, this man killed your former Azamar. So it sounds like he's always had the potential to sort of make steel do what he wants with it, if you get what I mean. Daron, Afro, do either of you share this knowledge?
Daron doesn't, because they're like, this isn't worth it.
Do you share it, Afro?
No, but Arthur is just looking more and more uncomfortable this entire time, and if it weren't for their changeling abilities, you imagine they would be looking quite green right now.
He does point at you, Afro,
Or
and points at
pale.
you, Daron. Your reaction's like you know. So yeah, for those of you who didn't know, I kicked him in the groin so hard, his crotch plate went like, He lifts up his cloak and basically uses his fingers to make a bulge. So imagine this is your privates with the crotch plate. Instead of going like this, it went like this, and pulls it the other way for a visual aid. Surprisingly enough, my foot didn't take any damage. I guess I must have just kicked him that hard that well. To be fair, I chose not to kill him because it wasn't my place. I was a foreign helper, and didn't see the point. It was the Stone's Reach people's problem to deal with, But yeah, and you're probably asking, Akira Everett, this is a fascinating story. How did you invent the folding chair? Well, excellent question, my dear audience. The way I did this is that afterwards we were walking back to the main building of Stone's Reach, and on the way I saw a lot of chairs that were being dragged awkwardly and heavily. It wasn't a great time. And I thought to myself, what if we could make chairs easier to move and would take up less room? Thus, I came up with the idea of what if we could have the chair fold in on itself, so that it was like, I assume all of you have probably sat on folding chairs at some point in your lives, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And so, I thought, what if we could make the chair fold? and be a folding chair, if you will. And so, after dealing with the coup, probably only 15 minutes afterwards, I drew up the schematics, and thus, I invented the folding chair. Out of character, this is something that I actually did as a player when I was playing Gaster.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Also, the GM actually had the dwarf who I beat. His crotch was concave after I beat him. I crit on an unarmed strike, and it was the finishing blow.
Only Acroa could.
Hey, Aster, at one point during a party, made the king of a country, the court wizard, and the local priest all turn to drinking by the end of the night because he spoke to them all for 10 minutes each. Akra is a man of many talents. It's very hard to really have a feel on what he's going to do next. And as he sort of trails off in the story, he suddenly springs up alert and then just says, "Oh, I believe the headpiece is ready. Are we all ready to travel to Tennoyama now?"
I suppose so.
I mean, you don't really have a choice if you want to be with your friends, but, you know, it gives you a playful wink.
And it's Akra with a steel chair.
No, that was Alistair Hamilton, who actually got a mithril chair to use as a weapon. As he's speaking, though, you sort of get the sense that, like, because this is a long time for him. Like, Felix, this man is over a third of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And he is more than, like, 100 times everyone else's age is. You get the sense that, like, it's... What's it called? It's that bittersweet feeling when you remember, you know, the past. When times were simpler. Well, enough reminiscing. How about we see how my grandson and the rest of you guys are doing? Gather close, not too close, but, you know, close enough. And you get teleported as this happens, Seamus, Pelios, Brick, and Aldane. As you're all in the middle of hearing Oryx tell one of his quote-unquote amazing stories as well, he's just about to finish as he says, "And then that's when I said to my friend, 'You're not a bard, you're a..' Oh, it sounds like they're appearing." As he suddenly jolts his head to the door. And you see your friends just outside, with Akira in tow. Daron and Felix, you see a very familiar orphanage. Back from when, you know, you met Akira for the first time. And Afru and, I nearly said Daron. Juniper. You see a lovely, quite sizable house in this, like, what looks like a very secluded and forested area. And it's also just a bit weird, because, like, time zones exist, so it's now night. But you do see lights from within, and you see, like, the vague shapes of your friends. I assume either you guys go inside, or the other party comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Akra leads you inside, and you all reunite with each other. You all see Pelios and Brick. You see your fellow friends in Pisces, Juniper, and Afro. Seamus and Aldane, you see your friends in Darren and Felix.
Did I kind of just look over at Alden? Did you get regaled with too?
Yes.
Now, hey, Oryx sits up. I only told you one story. I had like 5 other sex stories I had to tell.
I'm
But
so
I didn't.
Uh,
But I didn't because I'm a nice friend. Which is why I only told you the one.
I'm so
Aldane is
sorry.
trying his hardest not to cringe back
Tristan's
into
like.
himself.
Tristan's actually like just asleep on the couch. Or at least he's got his eyes closed. Oh, halfway into the story, did he close his eyes and just stop moving? Is that still if he's actually fallen asleep or if he's pretended? So he doesn't have, like, Oryx help him set up a joke? But yeah, like...
Brick, how would you like some minor improvements and some minor surgery to let you fight longer?
Yes, please.
Good.
Meanwhile-
We're gonna have to find somebody to take you apart then.
I mean...
Elias is all like, I don't know what you guys are so upset about. Stories were pretty fun.
Honestly, Pelios, this is a man who seemingly has a lot of game. You probably have a lot you can learn from this man.
Elias respects game, naturally.
Pisces actually seems to be like almost following Akira like a dog.
Oh yeah, when did Pisces wake up?
Stunning Strike only ends the next turn afterwards. So at that point, once he recognised how strong Akira was, he's sort of been holding on to Akira's every word. Like, you can clearly tell Pisces wants to train under this man. Which probably doesn't bode well, because if Pisces can do something similar to what he did to your Azamar, Afro, you know. But that's neither here nor there. As you all walk in, Akira just looks around and says, "Is Rua in the infirmary?"
Mm-hmm.
He nods, and all of you just seemingly see him vanish. The only reason you can tell he didn't teleport is you can hear the sounds of his footsteps as he basically, like, dashed over. Which means he crossed 140 meters? 140
In an
feet,
instant.
sorry? 140 feet in an instant, yeah. Afro, Juniper, Pelios and Brick, you've heard stories of Akira and the many tales that he's done. In fact, Juniper and Afro, you've been forced to hear stories from him. You didn't realise he was this fast.
You know,
And
the more
once
time I spend around Akra, the less eager I am to, you know, listen to Crusaders if he ever tries to make me fight him.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Oryx just waves his hand. It's fine. Akira would never fight you anyway. And besides, what's it called? At most, he'd probably only ask you, Afro, and you, Brick, to fight on his behalf. So Juniper and Pelios, and, of course, Pisces and Tristan, you guys wouldn't have to worry at least. But hey, Juniper, this means you could write out the contracts instead of Afro.
I'd rather not, thank you. Last time we tried to write out I tried to write out a contract. Let's just say there's at least 4 men who won't be coming home anymore.
Yeah, and Pelias kind of pledged his everlasting loyalty to the group. It got weird.
It was very odd. No one wants this.
Tristan sits up and suddenly opens his eyes. Is this the time I heard about the 4-way wedding?
We
is this a different-
kind of vowed,
and it went absolute shit.
we kind of vowed not to talk about it again.
Yes,
I mean,
that
it's
is
a good
all
thing-
you're going to hear.
I mean, it's a good thing, you know, Bo Vetment's a fan of, like, open relationships, because, oh boy. From what
It's
you,
kind of a
from what I'm,
necessary law in Bow Edmonds.
is that why also none of you guys have the same last name? Because you don't want to admit that, like, what happened?
We said we would never talk about it. We are done talking about it. Oryx, how about you tell more of your stories?
I mean, I don't know what Akra's probably told you about. Probably nothing but fighting. He is, after all, nothing but a meathead. But, all I was going to say is, since you're all here, you know, once morning comes, you can probably do whatever you want. If all of you want to head back to one place together or go to some place together, he just shrugs, I don't really give a shit. I'm going to be here, however, dealing with Rua, as my medical knowledge will actually help.
Yeah, I mean, you showed us all those nice arms before. Do you think you could, you know, give him one of those?
Depends on if he doesn't reject it. If he rejects it, well, all I'll say is he probably wished we didn't do it in the first place.
I'm sure
The,
nothing will go wrong.
I mean, the rejection rate basically means that his own soul would collapse in itself and he'd be a dried out husk. And that's the best case scenario if he rejects it.
So, like most politicians.
Hey, is he just like does finger crossbows at you? But on a more serious note, yeah, we have to decide if he can even handle it, and if we do, we both have to kind of be willing to accept that Akra's doomed his own grandson, and I've doomed a family friend. Which means I'll never be able to look at Rua's dad ever again, if I ever meet him in the afterlife. I say if because I plan on being immortal. I haven't achieved that yet, but I'm a dragon now. I can do whatever the fuck I like.
So, can you go to Siltanok?
I mean, I planned on going like in 2 weeks from now.
Fair enough.
However, I also forgot I should have really went to Centralis first. He looks to you, Aldane. Your team knows about Turim, right?
Yes.
We need
How could
his
we forget?
we need his expertise here as well. So
Well, he's in Centralis right now, ever since his tower got booted.
yes, terrible shame. I did always tell him that he could have a place at Bovetman. Obviously not at my house because I hate people staying at my house. But you know,
Yes, we know.
you act like I'm unfair about it. Just because I have 5 bedrooms that don't get used, and I oftentimes don't even stay at my own house, doesn't mean I'm a dick, right? As he looks to you all for confirmation.
It
See,
does
at
mean you
least
aren't
one of
as does mean you aren't as hospitable as you could be.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't need to be. I'm the one with lots of money. He just does a playful wink. Nah, to be honest, it's mostly just because, like, I like the space. I like knowing that, you know. Hey, so I'll tell you why I don't. Because the last person I let stay at my house, guess what happened? Well, you don't need to. All I'll say is that it gave me a very good excuse to renovate the house after it got burnt down.
Was it Akrua?
No? It was a spy from Siltanok. Fun fact, they never expect you to build your house right back on the land.
Fair point. I wouldn't have expected that either.
It's a power move, alright? In fact, I moved my house 2 inches closer to Siltanok, just to make a point.
Just 2 inches?
2 inches means a lot when you're living close to the edge of the country that has a 2 million gold bounty on your head.
How many people
Yeah,
would you
so-
say are actually capable of taking you out for that bounty?
I mean, if all of you right now, sans Akira, attacked me right now, you probably could have a good shot at it.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Not gonna chance it. Most of
I
us
mean-
would probably die in the attempt.
I mean, for one thing, I could just turn into a ghoul dragon and squish you all against the walls.
Hmm. Wouldn't that traumatize the children?
I'd immediately turn myself back to normal and prestidigitate the walls before they could even wake up and scream and develop trauma.
I don't think Akira would appreciate that regard.
No, he wouldn't. Which is why I'd cast Fireball instead. Then all he'd need to worry about is getting new furniture.
Regardless, we aren't going to be doing this, so this is all, hypothetical.
Good. I like you all. You're all fantastic people. But as he just sort of stretches, I'm gonna head back to Bovetman. I have some business to deal with. I have some schematics to get. If we even decide to give Rua a new arm, I mean, we could just do the Palaos and Juniper option and just give him a standard, boring, basic arm. No offense to you guys, it's just, Oh wait, neither of you guys know about my new arm thing, do you?
What new arm thing?
Bye, as he just clicks his fingers and vanishes.
I can't make a read of that guy. Nor do I think I want to.
No, it's probably for the best that we don't.
And so you're all left alone with each other. As to be fair, it is getting late, so if any of you wanted to take a long rest and sleep, you could.
That is
I think-
probably the best idea.
Yeah, I think Juniper and Dairon catch up over the long rest.
Aldean
What
is bone tired, so he conks out immediately.
What does Felix, Afro, Palaos, Seamus, and Brick do?
Elias plays a soothing melody for a bit before he too goes to sleep.
Yeah, Seamus is just gonna go to sleep, and Brick will settle in for his. He doesn't sleep, so he just kind of sits there.
He does a 6
He
hour
enters rest mode.
so-
Yeah.
He's doing his OS update.
Yeah.
Felix will probably will enter trance. Athru will stay up. They won't take part in Darren and Jubilee's conversation, but will be nearby and listening in.
Which character was it, Mel?
Athru is the one staying up and listening in.
You hear just Jubilee giving information, just random bits of gossip about some of the more black market guilds.
So, I'm gonna say.
And you
Jubilee's
hear,
actually.
You also hear some tidbits about why Jubilee was so interested in Air Genasi for that period.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, I can actually give you information that would be quite prudent for Darren to know.
Okay.
That Juniper would have picked up. So, let me just check your backstory characters again, because I don't remember the names off the top of my head. Who would have guessed? From what you've heard, the Denim Sabers have, since Daron left, the Denim Sabers have actually, quite a lot of them have gone legit.
Never would have thought about that.
About probably 40% have gone into actually being official staff for Queen Tiddlywinks. The jewelers have been uncomfortably quiet, to the point where people aren't sure if they've just moved to another country.
Which one moved?
It's entire. No one knows if the Jade Jewelers have just moved because they've been unusually quiet.
Hmm.
The Collared Heart has been having problems since you left. Questions about if the leadership is adequate enough and whether some changes should be made.
I agree that changes need to be made, but have you heard anything about Barkeep?
From what Juniper has heard about Barkeep, nothing's really changed much with them. They've sort of been one of the rocks that sort of kept the Collared Heart in place amidst all of the uncertainty.
It sounds like him. Juniper, thank you for everything, by the way. And Juniper just kind of nods and. Yeah, like you just hear a lot of. Like, it's just a lot of that kind of conversation.
Oh, one more thing. Juniper would have also heard of a Toranosuke, and that apparently people are considering trying to break him out of prison to see if they can get him in their gang. Like,
Oh, no.
this is different groups of people.
Juniper just goes, oh no. Gyro just goes, oh no. What does Author know about Juniper's like kind of dealings with the black market?
That's a good question. I imagine just knowing Athru and the fact that Juniper is probably the one they trust the most in the group. Probably knows that Juniper has like contacts there, but doesn't press for any specifics. Just is just willing to use it when the group needs it as well.
Mm. I'm sure Juniper's kind of mentioned like, hey, I have to go AWOL for a bit.
Yeah.
And like I think now Author has all the pieces for that.
Mm-hmm.
Afro, as you're sort of listening in, you just hear a voice from behind you just say, wow, this is all really juicy information, isn't it? And you see Akira right there. You don't... and he just looks at you and just waves, and like, puts a finger over his mouth. Don't worry, Afro, I won't kill you if you scream. Sorry, that probably sounded very menacing, didn't it? My dearest apologies.
You be in the mercenary game for 25 years, you hear a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but like, I could just kill you right now if I wanted to. I mean, I won't, because I'm not like that, but like...
Yeah,
no one would ever...
I'm kind of scared out
just...
with you, so... I mean, if you're gonna do it, like, there's not really much I could do to stop you.
I'd let you at least have the knowledge that you'd know when it would happen. So you can plan your affairs. I'm not a dick.
Very much appreciated. Have to make sure that Pisces doesn't take over the group.
Again, as long as you or Brick didn't try to kill my grandson while he's asleep, I would never bother you. I don't have problems with champions. I have problems with the people who make people champions.
Appreciated, and I will certainly start going through the measures to make sure the brick won't explode on us. Or you.
Also, if you happen to meet the Black Knight, just tell him... what do I really want you to tell him? As he just like puts the finger to his chin. Oh, that's it. Just tell him no hard feelings. From all of the family.
Will do if I ever see him. He's not been around for a while.
Yeah, I killed him. It's actually how I met these guys. I say killed. I left him in enough of a state where he could be reconstructed.
Yeah, that's what he's going through right now.
I mean, from what I can tell, you've got an item that can summon him, right? I can sense it, like, that you've got, like, the smell of the Black Knight on you. I assume it's because of that.
Yeah. Really
enough.
don't intend to use it right now.
I assumed you wouldn't.
I mean, yeah, I could do it if you want to work out.
I mean, Crusaders would personally probably torture you and Brick forever, and your friends.
I didn't say I would be happy doing it, I just said that I would do it.
Yeah, again, like, I get it, don't worry. Anyway, I'm going to be going to bed. I have been, well, I ran all the way from Centralis to, well, where we met. On the ocean. I'm very tired. And he just sort of, like, holds his breath and just goes invisible. And bearing in mind, you have, like, you can see through magical darkness. You can't see where he's gone.
Yeah. One of these days this is gonna get us killed, but... oh well. Not much we can do now.
Would Daron and Juniper do anything else before they would probably long rest? Or do they just continue chatting a bit more?
Mostly just chatting. I think like there's a big sister, little sister vibe with them.
Yeah. Does Afru go to bed as well not long after his fun talk with Akira?
Yeah, has a smoke of his pipe and then goes to bed.
Wakes up in the middle of the night after having a nightmare about being killed by Akira. See Akira standing over his body with a knife. I was cutting up apples. I was wondering if you guys wanted some. That's the kind of stuff he did. No, this doesn't happen, but it'd be funny. At least for me, anyway. Do we want to call a short break?
Yes, please.
It's good to me.
Yes,
Sure.
I need something to eat real quick and to use the loo, so be right back.
So yeah, while Akra was telling stories, my building's fire alarm went off because, yeah, as I said, university students are fucking dumbasses. I'm sure one of them did something stupid.
Like I said, they were probably smoking weed.
Probably they're not that stupid, but they probably like put some food in the oven and then just forgot about it.
Oh yeah. I will say that cooking is a learning experience.
There's cooking as a learning experience, and then there's being stupid enough to put sausages in the oven and then go out shopping. Which has happened. Not in this building, but during my first year, that legitimately happened in my flat. One of my flatmates put sausages in the fucking oven and then went out shopping, and like the other four of us, the fire alarm went off, we went into the kitchen to, you know, see the fact that these fucking sausages were just smoking in the oven now. We're just waiting for the last person to come back to, you know, say, "Don't do that again, you idiot."
For real though. Oh man. I'm playing some online poker right now. And right now I'm cleaning out this table.
I'm just playing one of those, you know, mobile games that you get the ads for every time you play a different mobile game.
Oh yeah, those are always fun. I try them out sometimes, but most of the time they're kind of garbage.
Oh yeah, most of them are. But sometimes they're pretty fun.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, they're good to just like keep my hands busy.
Yeah, honestly,
while
I'm
I'm
the same.
actually paying attention to something else.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so necessary sometimes.
Oh yeah, no, for real that I definitely get fidgety a lot,
Hmm.
so it's something where I definitely need to have that. Like fidget spinners were actually pretty good for me. But yeah,
I
I'm
just,
gonna
I
hop
just,
off for.
yeah, I just mess around with all sorts, especially when I can't
Oh
be
yeah,
seen.
I have a constantly like cycling, I guess, inventory of games. Like I'll play some for a little. I'll go through phases where I'll play some for a little bits of time,
Hmm.
then move on to another one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop for a sec and do some drugs, but I'll be right back.
Always concerning when he signs off like that. I'm fairly sure they're legal in his state, but you know. So, Doctor Stone ended today. That was big. That's been
What?
Doctor Stone ended today.
Also, I'm back. Hi.
Hi.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, like Shonen Jump's almost becoming to a point where
Oh, Shonen Jump is going to be in real trouble in a few years because most of its big stuff is going to end.
I'd argue it is getting in trouble. Like,
Mm.
they've lost a lot already. Like, you know, Demon Slayer, Haikyuu, Doctor Stone.
Food Wars.
Yeah, like,
Oh no, they're already in trouble. They're going to get more in trouble because Doctor Stone's just ended. Jujutsu Kaisen has got a year, maybe two left. My Hero probably has around the same. And One Piece is, you know, maybe 3, 4 years away from ending.
but yeah, like, and I'd argue from what I've heard, a lot of the newer series just aren't really cutting it, or at least there's not enough series that can replace them.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's the thing. In terms of actual sales figures, the only thing that's currently, or the only ones that are currently consistently getting over 100,000 volume sales in Japan, are Mashal and Blue Box.
You don't even like Mashal, do you?
No, I despise Mashal. I think it's absolutely god awful. I don't understand how it's become popular because it's just aping off like other series and just smushed them all into one in a bad way.
To me, it sounds like it's almost like a really big power move to do that in the same magazine as the other Muscle Wizard.
Yeah.
Asta's right there in
Yeah.
Black Clover.
And it is just like a mix of like Black Clover, Harry Potter, and One Punch Man, and it takes like the worst aspects of all those series.
Speaking of magic, I read Burn the Witch's first volume recently.
Was it any good? I always intended to read that, and then I just never really did.
I mean, I'm a Bleach fan, so I enjoyed it. The only problem is sort of the main male hero, I guess, is like really not. It's a waste of a good character design
Right.
because he's like a perv. He's like the chivalrous pervert.
Oh, great.
Only we've not had like the time put in to make him likable, like say Sanji is.
Yeah.
Like he's not earned that chivalrous perv status. He's introduced because of it.
Yeah.
So the main two characters are cool. Can't remember the names for the life of me because, well, yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you like Bleach, it's great. It's
Yeah.
more stuff like that. I mean, it's based in England, so I like it, if only for that.
I mean, speaking of new mangas I started recently, I did get the first volume of Record of Ragnarok, which is quite good.
I've heard it's it's a manga. It's not bad. It's not amazing. It's just, you know.
I mean, it's Tournament Arc the series, basically.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it really is just like, it's not anything deep, at least very much not yet. It's just like enjoyable, like watching. Who was it? It was fucking Lubu versus Thor in the first volume.
That was quite good.
It's just like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
I really wouldn't do a ton arc in my campaign. Just because it'd be a really fun way to sort of like see how I can do that kind of format of my way of presenting
Yeah.
and writing. It definitely won't be for a while. If I'm being honest, it would the earliest I would do one is after you deal with the Dracolich pieces.
Alright.
Because that kind of big thing would be like something I wouldn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, it would feel weird for us to just, join a tournament while we've still got the Dracolich pieces hanging over our heads.
Hmm.
But what,
I forgot.
we've got what, 3 of them left?
Yeah. I forgot actually, because you've started it. What do you think of Ace Attorney 2?
It's been pretty fun so far. We are on the second case.
Right.
So, Maya's facing a murder charge again.
What was the last bit you're up to with that?
We just got the new mechanic, the locks on people's hearts.
What do you think of Pearl?
I like her. She's quite fun so far.
I've just started Ace Attorney 3, like, how long ago was it? It's probably like a week now at least. The first case is a fucking long one.
Oh god. Is it another tutorial case?
It is, but it's a different character you play as compared to Phoenix. I'll
Okay.
only say that much.
Yeah.
So it's what do you call it? It's a justified tutorial because you're playing as a different person,
Yeah.
but the game sort of, I'd argue, respects you enough to trust that you've probably already played at least one of the other games.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely a more difficult first case. Like, it requires a lot more memory and sort of paying attention to the facts. But I'd argue it's a lot more. It's very well done, I'd argue.
Yeah.
All I'll say is, if you don't like hemorrhoids being mentioned, you're probably not going to enjoy it.
Good to know.
That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not that bothered after listening to Mike Wozniak viscerally explain how his popped out on live TV.
Wow. Fair.
Incredibly hilarious moment to see him doing it, but very, very strange, as Mike Wozniak is in general.
But yeah, I've not started anything past that.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, I did the first case and it took me like nearly 3 hours, I think.
Yeah.
I streamed it on Discord, so I showed a few friends of mine it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they'd never actually played Ace Attorney. They'd only
Yeah.
seen the objection.lols that I've made
Mm-hmm.
with them featured in it. So they were like, wow, is this what an Ace Attorney game actually looks like?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's actually really fun. But yeah, I think you should enjoy it. I mean, the second one's really good.
Yeah.
I actually like the second one a lot more than other people do. But to be fair, I've not beaten the third game, so.
Back.
Hello, we were just talking about Ace Attorney because I've started the third one. I did
Nice.
I did the first case. Fucking hell, is it a doozy?
Yup. Mm-hmm.
And again, we're just having fun, just like pushing our headcanons onto the characters.
Is
And
Gen
then
still
still
being
somehow being kind of right.
Yeah.
Is Gen still being Yumi Faye?
Yes.
So
100%.
you're Phoenix, and I'll say Fuzzy's my
Jack is Maya.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, it's just like it just makes things easier. Okay. Especially considering we are not that smart, so we would probably get it wrong.
I won't judge. You know, to be fair, it took me a lot of save scumming to finish Rise from the Ashes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the final case of Case 2. So I
Yep.
get it.
And I like Case 2. You're not wrong. I like Game 2 Case 4.
Not Case 2. I meant Game 2 Case 4.
Yeah. Game Case 2 game. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
2-4.
It's really sad because I was actually looking on the Google Play Store to see how much the later Ace Attorney games are. And just like how Apollo Justice is like £17.
Yep.
Which is like, no, just give me the Apollo Justice trilogy on Steam already.
Yeah.
It's not like a trilogy because Apollo Justice isn't the main character for 2/3 of that trilogy.
He's still like the newest character introduced who's like a main defender. I only call it the Apollo Justice trilogy because the first one is the first 3 games of the Phoenix Wright trilogy.
Right. I mean, you could call it like the Dark Law era trilogy.
Yeah, but then I like the idea that it's referencing the different like lawyers, just like how you've got the Miles Edgeworth duology.
Yeah, but like, because it's really the Apollo and Athena trilogy.
Isn't Athena only in the last game of that trilogy? Well,
No,
not even really a trilogy.
No, she's in Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice.
Oh yeah. Ignore me.
So,
Talking about Ace Attorney. I'm just
Ace
waiting
Attorney's
for
fun.
Godot to turn up.
I think Godot is third game, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah. They're about to meet the main prosecutor for the second game.
That'll be fun.
She do be kind of hot though.
Mm-hmm.
She do be kind of bad though.
Aren't all the prosecutors hot though? The main ones, anyways.
I was gonna say you're trying to say Winston Payne is attractive because like
No,
fair
am
play, different strokes for different folks.
it really depends on your taste, but I don't think so.
No. Winston Payne is not one of the hot prosecutors. Especially not with that screechy objection. Objection!
Yeah, no. But I'm pretty sure it's a rule that if you're a main prosecutor in an Ace Attorney game, you have to be attractive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean lawyer in general because like Mia exists. Mia was kind of hot. Not kind of, well, was.
Her boss was not, though.
Grossberg
What, you're
is
trying to say?
not.
You're trying to say Grossberg isn't like...
The pinnacle of male hotness.
This
No.
is what peak performance looks like. You might not like it, but... My man's out here with his his suit that changes mid-trilogy. And, you know... Because apparently, like, the GBA couldn't handle his orange that he originally had.
Oh god.
Yep.
In
But
fairness,
what would
I
you
find
do-
it more weird that none of us, like nobody else, changed their outfits throughout, like what is years of gameplay.
But what was he doing at the boathouse?
You wanted some noodles.
There's no noodles, though!
The dude with the parrot runs a noodle bar. We're gonna take it over once he retires.
Yeah, exactly.
It's exactly what's going to happen.
Maya has definitely considered that as a backup at some point.
Yeah, she'd run a burger joint. She'd run a burger joint that's obviously a ramen place, but is clearly a burger joint according to the localization.
I mean, yes, we are.
Correct.
We are very much in America.
Yeah, Japanifornia.
What with all that American architecture in Maya's village.
The Korean village, yeah.
There's a worse one later in the series.
Yeah, I know which one you mean. I've seen it for osmosis. Are we all here, by the way?
I think we're just waiting for Dylan to.
Yeah, I'm
get
back.
Oh, good, you're back.
Hey, yo.
What the hell is this Wordle?
Oh, you're doing the Wordle?
It's weird.
I did
I
the
got
Wordle.
it in 3.
I got it in 4, I think. No,
Do
it
the
was
level
5.
later. We're doing D&D right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a hint. It's not clitoris.
It tells me nothing.
Anyway. So, today's the next day. Any resources you've used are back. You are all fully healed. As
I'm dumb.
Felix, you have awoken before everyone else because you are trancing.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what about Brick?
Brick wakes up when he wants to.
Brick would wake up 2 hours later because Brick has to still rest for 6 hours.
Oh, it's 6 hours. I thought it was also 4. My bad.
No. Imagine being an elf and then being a warforged and knowing that you have to wait like 2 hours longer than normal. I don't know. Anyway, you awaken. It's still very early morning.
Yeah.
Sunlight is just sort of peeking through the windows as you sort of look around. Rua still looks like he is effectively comatose for the time being. But yeah, everyone else is asleep. What do you do?
What do I do?
Actually, let me find music as well where you decide what you do.
What does Felix do?
He makes some delicious fish. Also, wears Pisces. Nope, that's combat music. That's not what I want. Yet.
That would be quite scary for Felix.
Wait, did I say yet? I mean, anyway. Here you go, my guy.
So let's just get
Oh,
this
Kaido, I did want to say that meme was definitely at Jack, right?
Sure, let's go with that.
I mean,
It's
that's
just more the idea of, it's more just the idea of talking to yourselves for extended periods of time.
Fair enough.
I mean, that was basically what was going through my head as Jack used Polias to jerk Aldane off.
Mostly jerk him, actually.
Jerk him around as well, but there was an significant element of jerking off there. You have to get that.
Palaos taught Jack the way to remove his ribs so he could fillet himself easier.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if Polios actually could do that.
I mean, you're his player. Anyway, let's move away from this.
We should move away from this.
Yes, definitely.
Anyway, so yeah, what do you do, Felix?
So Felix is going to spend the 4 hours until everybody else wakes up, sketching like an image of like the Bovetman High Street.
Oh, okay. Give me
The Collier High
two
Street.
painters check. Give me 2 painters checks then.
Again, I'm on the wrong character.
So a 24 and a 16. So yeah, you do a very good job. It's one of those, you start off really well, and then you sort of not trail off towards the end, but like you take your time a bit more. Like you're trying to sort of remember more intricate details. But in the end, yeah, it looks very nice. You could definitely hang that on the wall and feel very proud. During the time he does this, Rick, you have come out of your rest mode. You see Felix is in the middle of drawing stuff.
Powering on. What do I see? What do I see? Felix doing?
Felix sketching.
Brick kind of quirks his head a little bit as his glowing eyes kind of like illuminate Felix a little bit. I'm assuming it's fairly dark in the room. But
I mean it's early in the morning, like probably what's it called?
pre-dawn light or something.
Like probably 6 in the morning right now.
Oh, so sun's up then. Never mind.
Yeah, sun would be up now.
What are you drawing?
Huh. Oh, you're the one who's going to explode.
Maybe. Unless the correct modifications are made.
Well, I hope you don't explode then. Just like a Collier High Street.
May I see?
Sure. Felix shows Brick.
Before you continue, I'm just imagining this is what plays when Brick awakens. Also, why the fireworks?
Someone's shooting fireworks off?
It's literally the 6th of fucking March.
Oh, that might
I know
be.
my
That might be because of the football today.
I know England, like, I know my dog had his birthday recently, but like, come on.
Yeah,
I didn't
it
realize
might
the neighbourhood gave that much of a shit.
because you're in and around Manchester, aren't you, Kaido?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, it's probably because Manchester City beat Manchester United today.
Who knows?
Oh
anyway,
yeah, that's a big rivalry.
Anyway, here is the sound that I imagine played, not this. Here you go.
Amazing.
The fucking past.
Please play that every time I come out of Sentinel.
Oh,
So
God,
so
I was
what?
like-
So
I-
what?
This is a formal request. That is the perfect sound.
So what Windows does Brick run on? 98 or Vista?
Windows Vista, for sure.
Amazing.
Perfect.
So now I'm just imagining just Brick going, "What are you drawing? Don't mind that."
No, what Brick does do though is he takes a photograph with his eyes of Felix's painting and puts it as a new screensaver.
I shall sell this as a non-fungible token.
Would you like to be a monkey? A bored ape, if you will.
Donks go up?
Pump and dump? Crypto?
Yeah.
The monkey must rise.
Return to monkey.
Anyway, Athru won't let Brick get into NFTs because even Athru has standards.
Pisces would definitely get into crypto and knows about crypto.
Have you heard about this?
Crypto is just Vecna's whole deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so, oh my god. So, as you probably like chat and stuff, eventually the rest of the party will wake up, and once that happens, all of you hear a loud bang, like a blast. What do you do?
Jubilee and Darren both sigh and walk upstairs.
Felix
Or
is
walk
just like,
towards the sound.
Akra and Oryx are here. If there's anything wrong, they can probably take care of it. And if they can't, we're all screwed.
Brick already has his weapons out and is like getting really excited about, oh, is there going to be a fight?
Please make
Meanwhile,
sure that they're actually hostiles this time. We don't have any more. You've already run through your budget for medical bills this year.
Okay.
I will say it does actually take time to put on your armor. Take a minute to put on light armor, 5 for medium armor, and 10 minutes for heavy armor. Unless some of you wanted to help each other get the armor on.
I think
I
Darren
am.
and Jubilee are helping each other.
Aldane's getting
And
his armor on.
I'm thinking Seamus is just going to sleep through this.
So, who is going to check out the source of the sound?
Jubilee
Aldane
and
and
Darren.
Pelias will. Pelias is curious if nothing else.
Arthur will just follow Brick because they don't trust him.
Why wouldn't you trust Brick?
Felix would probably go towards the infirmary to see how Rue is doing.
You're in the infirmary.
Oh, are we already in the infirmary? Then Felix will head off to Rue's bedside then.
That's where you slept in.
Good point. Forgot about that. Yeah, Felix will just head off to Rue's bedside and just be like, as I said, if Oryx and Akra can't deal with it, then we're all screwed anyway, so...
Have you considered that they might make us deal with it? Just for shits and giggles.
Then if that's the case, give me a call and I'll get there. But until that becomes an issue, I'll keep an eye on Rua.
Fair enough.
You know, it's funny, out of character, ever since I've been reading Jujutsu Kaisen, I think of Akrua as Gojo. In some
Feels
ways.
apt.
No, that's more Oryx. Oryx is more constantly irreverent, like Gojo.
True. That is true.
Hockey overpowered bastard.
Akira is probably like, I'm trying to think of who he'd suit. I don't know.
Maybe
really.
he's more like Itadori.
I'd say that's more like I don't know.
Maybe a non-evil Sukuna.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. Although I'm still not fully sold that Sukuna's evil.
He's pretty evil. He's at the very least without morals, which you know.
That's true. He at the very least committed mass murder on screen.
Yeah.
But
No, I want to find out that he's actually got remorse for, and he redeemed himself by sacrificing himself.
It was the coolest guy ever.
you know anime.
Yeah, but
Anyway.
I'd like to think Akutami has at least learned from the mistakes of his predecessors, cough cough Naruto.
That was what I was referencing.
Yeah.
So, is this actually what people would like to have as the groups? So, Seamus, Rua, Tristan, and Felix this way, Akira wouldn't be here because you don't even know where he is. And then the rest of you are this group, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So, Afro, Jubilee, Palaos, Brick, Aldane, Dayron, and with Pisces with you. As you make your way through the orphanage, it's eerily silent now. You haven't heard any voices from the kids since that noise, so you don't know what's happened. How are you proceeding through the orphanage?
Like marching order, or
Speed.
Dyron is stealth is like being sneaky and listening for any noises of kids or anything.
So yeah, so is only Darren stealthing?
Jubilee it would be too, but they're getting their bow out.
Okay. Who else would want to sneak?
Brick doesn't sneak.
What about Aldane?
Aldean tries to stealth, but I don't know if he can really do stealth.
You can make the roll.
Arthur won't bother. They are right behind Brick, and it's just like, what's the point?
Palaos?
Really, exactly.
Palaos does not see the need to stealth at this point, with Brick and Aldean just... That was Aldean rolling.
I was gonna say, did Palaos wears heavy armor?
Yes, he's trying to train himself.
Ooh,
Wow!
Points in it.
What a load of sussy backers, am I right? So, Dayron, you try to sneak, but you trip into Aldane, who makes a bigger noise from
Jubilee is
tripping into him.
Dyron rolled the 23.
Jubilee, you trip into Aldane. Dayron, you're just seeing everyone choosing not to be quiet.
I mean, Dyron's still gonna keep going. Like, they're not gonna not be quiet. They're gonna be stealthing because that's kind of their whole bag.
Yeah, so, as you all make your way through, you see an empty, what do you call it? An empty entrance hall. There's no children in there either. As you come to the entrance hall and look around, you hear the same banging going off again. It sounds like, again, another blast of something. As you get closer, it sounds like it probably came from someone casting a spell. If you want, you can all do perception checks to get an idea of the source of the noise and where it might be coming from.
We'll do that.
That is 3 4s in a row.
The hell?
Wow, Gen's been a bit of a sussy backer right now.
Jeez.
If Gen rolls another 4, he has to die, because 4 is death. If he gets
Aldean rolled 21, and Palaos got 23 on the other side.
Palaos, you're just like, it's too early in the morning for this shit. Same for you, Afro.
Palaos is wondering why he doesn't have a hangover this early in the morning. And remembers that he didn't drink last night.
Dayron, Jubilee, and Brick, the noise is too, like, all over the place for you to properly get it. And Aldane, you're just like, why am I the one who knows this? And you lead the way.
So what
So,
did Aldean perceive?
You perceive so well, you've seen between dimensions. You see an astral dreadnought come. Roll new characters because it will probably kill you all. No. You figure out it's actually near the front of the building. And you, like, go through the front door and you see a few of the children lined up as they're all thrusting hands out to cast magic, as you see Akrua, Oryx, couldn't think of the name then, and Turim, all there watching some of them cast magic. And then you watch as one the child thrusts their hands out, and you hear a very familiar blast you've heard so far as they cast Shatter. They're seemingly casting Shatter just in the air and nothing in particular. It's more just seeing if they can cast it and, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of thing. As you come out, you do see a lot of them look to see you, and you see after waving like, "Oh, I guess you heard that noise. Sorry to disturb you. I just wanted to see how a lot of these were doing since I've not really shown my face a lot lately." And of course, Oryx has brought a friend that you all recognise. As you just see Turim, the people who aren't the main party, the one-shot club, you see a man, a person even. I say man, they look masculine in build, but you aren't sure, as they have a very plain white mask on their face. And they are currently in a very petite body, in a pitch black cloak. And they just sort of look your direction and just sort of stand there looking quite awkward.
Why, hello there, Elias says.
General Kenobi.
Who might you be?
My name's Turim, the mage. You've probably heard about my tower that got ransacked.
Yes, terribly sorry about that. That is very unfortunate.
They shake their head and just, it's fine. It's not I. Apart from the cult. And speaking of the cult, I heard some of you have dealt with them again.
Yeah. They're still a major pain in the ass. Good news though, we killed one of the fuckers. High-ranking one too.
Turim nods. I heard. And I also heard my staff of power got smashed.
Yep. Sorry, couldn't stop that.
It's fine.
It blew up
As long
right
as...
in my face. Kinda lucky I survived.
Well, I hope they didn't overwrite the staff. Because here's the thing, I might have toyed with the staff, so it would always send them to a specific plane of existence.
Well, I'm glad I didn't get caught in a teleport for that.
What plane would that be?
What was it again, as they have to roll to see if they know? If they can remember. Let me see, which was the one? I remember it being a really horrible plane to go to. Let me see. Oh.
Was it perhaps Sigil?
No, it wasn't. Is this the one? It must be. So the Colgin, as far as you know the name, they ended up in one of the 9 hells. Which one was it exactly? Oh, they ended up in Nessius, which is the lowest. Nessus, sorry, the lowest layer.
Aldine just smiles at this.
Can Athru, can we do Arcana to just,
It'd be religion, because it's to do with hell.
Okay. but we'll still do it.
Oh my, I'm so cringe, I didn't mean to do that. Give me a second as I pull up the details for the place. All of you can roll if you want.
Aldan will also roll religion.
Brick's not the religious type, but maybe he'll get lucky.
Nope.
Rick has suddenly found God.
Brick has suddenly found God.
Yeah, Brick has suddenly. Oh my god, I called it. That's what we. That's what we call
Elias
5
did better than
foreshadowing
Aldan,
powers.
somehow.
Elias, the only god you care about is the sun, am I right? Praise it, right?
Mm,
Solaire moment, am I right?
I only praise the bag.
Let me just see now. So, everyone who wasn't Aldane, you know Nessus is the deepest layer of hell. Considered very, like basically a featureless plane, filled with uncomfortably hot winds and massive chasms and ravines with a lot of jagged land. And yeah, it's not very nice. Who would have guessed? Let me just see if I can find more details. Because I'm not getting very much. Unfortunately, the internet isn't very nice when it comes to getting lore of D&D. Who would have guessed? Oh, here we go. So, yeah, not only is it like that, but the thing is, it's also a land of extremes. From basically the forbidden ice, in terms of how horrible and cold the area is, to suddenly like Pahala in the summer, in terms of how hot it can be. Like, you have lakes of ice, flaming forests, and yeah, basically winds that are just made from fire. So, he's probably dead, you're hoping. It's incredibly inhospitable. Either he has to take off the armor because it's too hot, or he has to put it back up, or he has to keep it on because it's too cold.
At the very
Seems
least,
either-
it's going to be very difficult for him to get out of there while holding a bloody arm.
I mean, it's not his own arm.
Still.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what Term tells you, that, like, they got sent to Nessus.
Also, you let us have that staff? You let me have that staff? What if I'd used it? Like that.
It was a rental. If you'd have broken it, I'd have found you and made you pay for it.
Well, the sounds of things, I wouldn't have, survived you finding me. Oh wait, Felix isn't even here.
No, he isn't. Ignore that.
Yeah.
Ignore that little bit.
Sorry.
But yeah, the rest of you realise, yeah, Turim let Felix rent that.
What if Felix had broken the staff?
If he'd have broken it, I'd have made him pay, because it's a rental.
How would you make him pay if he'd gotten sent to hell?
Because I'd have went there myself to find him and bring him back.
Well, I guess there's a silver lining in that.
I mean, no, because Felix very likely would have been destitute afterwards.
Well, he would have been alive at least, and not
He'd have
stuck
been
in.
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes debt can be that bad you probably wish you were in the Nine Hells.
Felix is a good gambler. He'd get out of it eventually.
I don't know. I feel like Felix has never had to deal with student debt before, am I right?
Probably. I don't know. I can't speak for him.
Well, anyway, I'm here to sort out Rua with his new arm that apparently Akka and Oryx want to force upon him. I mean, it's either that or he gets, like, a normal arm. I mean, not a normal arm, but, a prosthetic. I mean, it's a prosthetic, but you get the point. As Turim just sort of, like, looks away, feeling very uncomfortable and, like, awkward. Akira actually just gestures and just says, "You can go in if you want and see him. We'll probably be still chatting, right? Unless we all want to go in and get some breakfast." He looks to you all.
Food sounds nice.
Oryx, I trust you not to cause any problems with the kids. And Oryx just gives a very polite bow and says, "If I would sooner give my own life than see these children come to harm, you know I would, Akira. I'm good for that." And Akira just nods and leads you all inside. And he pretty much leads you to what's like the mess hall where they all eat, like the dining room. Shit, my fucking phone. Anyway. As he leads you inside, he immediately starts getting ready to cook some food. And yeah, you all can sort of like chat and get ready for food.
Food.
As he does so, actually, if we want to move on, Felix, Seamus, after a good few minutes of just nothing happening, like pure silence, eventually you see Turin poke their head around the corner, and they just wave before slowly walking in.
Hey, Turum. Guess Oryx
Hello.
came and got you then.
Yes, he did.
What are you doing out here, you old so-and-so?
Apparently giving him a new arm. He points to Rua.
Well, we appreciate your help then.
It's fine. I only feel bad for Rua. He's going to be out of commission for a good few months anyway. From what I read from the brief that Oryx gave me, the entire, rehabilitation process with the new arm will probably take at least 1 month at minimum.
Rua's a strong guy. He'll be able to do it.
I mean, that's if Rua doesn't get rejected by the arm. Because if the implant doesn't work with him, then, well, he'll be a dried up husk.
That's
What
You
are
know,
the chances
like a
of that
not
happening?
promising. But
What are the chances? Good question. Let me read the notes again, because I don't remember exactly. As they read the notes.
wait, Turum. I don't want to know the odds. Rua's gonna survive this.
I mean, yeah, it's only a 40% chance of failure.
What did I just say? Don't tell me the odds, man. I was trying to be cool.
Is there
40% chance. 40% chance that he simply rejects it and becomes a husk. Then then there's another 10% chance that the worst happens, and well, let's not describe what happens. So he technically has a 50% chance.
Well, that's plenty enough for me.
Is there any way we can, like, improve Rua's odds?
No, not really. Well, we could if Rua was stronger. If Rua was stronger and he only lost, his forearm, and still had the shoulder and everything left, it'd be a bit easier, but, we don't. Also, this arm has to handle, like, a lot of wear and tear and damage, so we have to make sure it actually isn't badly made as well for him. So yeah, nothing too difficult. Anyway, I believe the others are getting breakfast if you want to go for that.
Yes, please.
Sure.
I could go for some.
By the way, what was that noise outside?
The children who can cast magic were training.
What spells were they using?
Well,
Shatter.
The 6-year-old was casting Shatter.
Oh, so she's pretty capable of replacing Seamus.
Please. She could probably only use up to 2 second level spells.
She's on her way to learning how to cast Fireball.
Fuck.
She's a prodigy, even.
Wow, Seamus, you're looking more and more obsolete.
Seamus is
that.
just like dejectedly looking down.
Hey, it's fine, Seamus. She can't even cast healing magic. Think of it that way.
Okay.
We all have our own talents. I mean, hey, none of you know time magic like I do.
No,
That's
but
partly why. That's partly why I'm here, to trap the time inside Rue's body. So if it does go haywire, I can give him a tiny bit of easier chances to not immediately die. Or at least slow the immediate death to a point where we can fix the problem without it being irreversible.
That actually should increase the chances a lot.
Yeah, by an extra 5%, according to Acrua and Oryx's, well, their estimations.
Well, then what are we waiting for? Let's do it.
We're probably going to do it by the time you leave, because we've got to prepare and get the materials ready. This is a big expensive job as well.
Well, spare no expense. This is the King of Cordis, after all.
Provided everything goes well, we're only spending 250,000 gold for his arm.
Still a pretty penny, but worth every bit.
If it gets worse, then we'll probably have to spend another 100,000 for each tiny little problem. But hey, who knows? Rue is a fortunate soul. Maybe it only fails once. Anyway.
I have faith in your skills, Term.
I do as well, so thank you. Oh! Before I left, Kurogane wanted to speak to you next time you're in the capital.
Alrighty then.
He said it's nothing immediately urgent, but, you know. I'm gonna
Oh,
say
it could be, and he's just being laid back about it.
I mean, what were your plans after here anyway?
we're not really
Training,
sure.
hopefully.
We
What
could
did
go
you
back
say,
to.
Mill?
Not really sure. We could go back to. Could go back to Centralis, but we could also take the opportunity to, you know, go to Tenoyama and take care of that piece, seeing as we are here.
I mean, yes, you could. However, well, give me 1 second. As he, like, puts 2 fingers to his head, and then just pulls them away. Give it a moment. And Felix, you get this. Let me DM it to you, Mill.
Alright.
Are you using telepathy right now? Am I being excluded from this conversation?
Yes, you
It's
are.
Yes.
Sending.
If you're feeling so excluded, you can go and take lessons from the 6-year-old outside.
Fucking Felix.
Now let's see if this is 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Let's turn that into one word.
Contractions are so important when sending messages.
It's not even that. It's just replacing like 3 words with 1 word. Like if I can get 1 word that fits the bill, then I'll do that.
Yeah, like shouldn't have.
No, I mean like visit instead of going with.
Hmm.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's what you get from Kurogane.
Oh, okay.
You share with the class?
Yeah, I'll share with Seamus.
No, just exclude him.
I was considering it, but you know, it's...
Everyone would have to know anyway.
Yeah. So, either that means we wait here until Kuro can get here, or we ask Oryx to, you know, play taxi for us.
Do you tell
The
him
question is if Oryx would be willing.
Do you even share what he said? Kuro? Exactly? Like...
I mean, I tell Seamus, yeah.
What do you tell him then?
I tell him that the Tenoyama piece is causing problems and Kuro wants to come with us and help.
Oh yeah, so we can just wait for him here. It's kind of on it's on our way.
You know what this means, guy? Seamus? The boys will be back in town.
Yeah. It's gonna be like old times.
That means we get to visit Yuto. Right.
Yeah.
If you'll just
We'll see.
excuse me for, you know, ever.
Out of character, if I remember right, I have a letter, basically like a letter of recommendation to like kind of lift my exile, right? More or less.
Yeah, you'll be able to.
I think I have it in my inventory even.
But yeah, upon realizing that, Felix leaves the room.
Yeah, Seamus is feeling similarly.
Sarim just looks to the Triton and just says, "What's their deal?"
Oh yeah, Tristan is fucking here. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Tristan's just like, I don't fucking know. I've only just met these people yesterday.
I just want to see my sister in Centralis. So yeah, so Felix leaves the room. So unless the focus is following him,
Well, what's it called? We'll cut back to the other party as you're enjoying a very delicious curry. In fact, there's 3 different kinds. There's one that's very spicy, one that's got a bit of a kick, and then one that's quite mild. And yeah, it's very delicious. And he's even giving you like 3 different kinds of rice. One is your typical, well, I say typical. One is Simpila rice. Another is simple white rice. And then another is shrimp fried rice. To which Pisces, as he picks up a bowl of shrimp fried rice,
oh
he says,
no!
"You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice?"
After bonks him on the head.
Roll to hit, my guy. Roll to hit with Afra if you dare.
So
I'd say do a strength attack, I'd say.
Yeah.
Unless you use your weapon.
No. Yeah, it doesn't hit.
You just try and reach for him, but he just like blocks you with his chopsticks.
None of that, Pisces.
What? I've never had this before. Did a shrimp fry this rice?
No.
Does he look new Jubilee? Not Jubilee, sorry, because Gen's out away. He looks to you, Aldane, just says, did a shrimp fry this?
No, shrimps aren't in the fried rice.
They cook themselves?
No, the shrimps don't fry the rice.
Oh,
They're
he
not
fried
active
the rice.
participants.
Oh, thank you, Brick.
The
Hmm.
shrimp are the ingredients.
Okay.
Hey, would
How
you
do
guys,
how
would
do
you
I
guys
know
like
more
a,
about food than you do?
Yeah.
I don't eat.
Would you guys like a fishy companion?
No, we're fine. Thank you.
He's very useful and only threatens to eat people maybe 3 times a day.
Tempting, but we'll pass. Thank you.
Pisces leans in and just says, he smells like Cardician shepherd dog.
Oh, is that how it smells?
He says that as he points to Aldane. Can I eat him?
No.
I'd rather you not.
It's
That
not
would be-
really up to it's not really up to you, is it, if I eat you? But okay.
Break is like thinking that he would actually kind of like to see them go toe to toe.
Who's stronger,
Nah.
you or you? As he points to you, Brick, and you, Aldane.
What kind of question is that?
Hmm?
I'm stronger, of course.
I don't mind a little contest of sorts, but I don't think we should escalate to fighting or anything. Perhaps an
What-
arm wrestling match?
Yeah, Oryx is here and can heal everyone. I'm fairly sure you guys have got some healing magic. Why not? It'll be fun.
I can't heal anyone, Oryx says.
I thought you
By the
did
way,
have
at
healing magic.
this point, Seamus has come downstairs and is observing.
The infirmary's on the same floor as the rest of the building, so
Never
Nope,
mind then.
go-
Then he
nope.
comes into the room.
no stairs are travelled. Yep, you come into the room and you see what looks like a arm wrestle maybe about to happen. Or maybe
Whoa,
not,
I didn't know you
like-
guys were doing this. Do we have a betting pool going?
You see the tiefling suddenly put on the hat, the young teenage tiefling just says, right, who's betting on whose side? I'm taking bets here, I'm sorting it out. Who's betting on the man himself? The previous visitor you've only seen once before, Aldane, versus the walking armor man himself, the walking Iron Man even. In stark contrast, as he winks to the camera.
God damn it. Palaio's bets money on each of them.
Nope, you can only bet on one, my guy. I
Damn.
don't even care if we are the same race. Fuck you.
50 gold on Brick
From who?
from Atherig.
Oh, yeah. Seamus is gonna bet.
I mean, Felix isn't even there right now. Felix is having a crisis outside.
Palaio
is
is going. Oh, go ahead, Bill.
Seamus is gonna bet 10 gold on Brick.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
Elias is going to bet on Aldean just because the odds seem like they're going to pay out more that way. He bets 20 gold.
Okay. Oryx is just sat in the corner as he's like, actually Oryx isn't even here, he's still outside with the kids. Pisces just puts 100 gold on the table and just says, you better win, Metal Man. or I'm eating him. He points to Eldain.
But
No,
why
that
would
is
that
not
incentivize
agreed.
me at all?
That is not agreed upon term.
Again, it's not up to you if I eat you.
I'd like to think it is.
Is it, Afro?
We'd prefer that you don't eat one of our new companions, but you know, if a bet's a bet.
Yes, please don't eat him. I'd rather
Go
not have little Ori be sad about that.
Go cope Stephen Mold, as they say.
I mean,
What does that even mean?
from what I've heard of your cousin Plios, I feel like being eaten by Pisces would be a better end than being crushed.
Maybe you should get some bitches then, Blondie, as he says that to you all day.
Pelios responds like, yes, but it'd be much more fun to see him die against Cousin Zaris than it would be to see him get eaten unceremoniously.
Fair
It's more
point.
What if
to a
what if
duel
he
to
was
the death.
eaten by Zaros? Pisces just adds. At this point, Tristan comes in, just sees what's going on, and just walks right out.
Dyron
By
and
the
Jubilee
way-
just look like, please save us.
Seamus is gonna
No,
cast
Tristan,
Bardic
just leave.
Inspiration on Seamus is gonna cast Bardic Inspiration on Brick.
You treacherous bastard.
But could I roll a stealth check or something to see if I can sneak it past everybody?
Yeah, do it. There are a lot of eyes on you, so this DC will be very tricky.
Well, I like to think that Seamus is kind of just in the corner because he just got into the room.
Okay.
Fuck.
Everyone everyone in the room just looks to you.
Really? Really?
Seamus shrugs.
Nobody said anything about.
Gotta hedge my bet. Gotta hedge my bets a little bit.
Nobody said anything about not allowing help.
Yeah, if one of you guys wants to cast Inspiration on Eldain, go for it. But Felix isn't in the room right now, right?
Pelios casts inspiration on Aldean. Let's even the odds, shall we? It's more fun that way.
That's more like it.
So as this is going on, Akra just walks in and just says, "I feel like you're forgetting one very important thing.
What's that?
No one asked me. I own this building."
May we have a sparring match?
Yeah,
We can take it outside if need. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
not doing it.
I
in
thought
my
we were gonna do
fucking house.
art wrestling.
Yeah, and you can
Or-
use a bench outside. I'm
Is
not
it
letting
arm
you
wrestling or is it a duel?
It's up to you both. It's up to you, Aldain, and up to you, Brick.
Brick
Aldain's
is
fine
game
with
for
either.
either.
I
Then
don't
let's
really
fight.
care. Just do it outside.
Here we go.
Alright, let's duel.
Out of character, do we want to set limits on this? Like, if we get to a certain hit point level, or if someone gives in? Or do we want to just go till knockdown?
So I was going to say for the rules would be either until one of you submits, or if you take the other one to 0 HP, it's automatically considered non-lethal, and you
Okay.
would choose to have to decide whether you would want to try and make it lethal, i.e. death saves would be involved.
I wouldn't want to do lethal.
So yeah, well that's up to you if you beat Brick. If you beat Brick.
Mm-hmm. Let's get started,
So
shall we?
as you take this outside,
Oh god.
give me initiative, my guys.
Felix is done having his crisis and sees them come, sees everyone going
sure-
outside and just
Make sure to click your tokens,
the fuck?
guys, because
I'm doing that too.
Yeah, I just put the original one in.
oh, what the fuck has happened here?
That go?
Okay, let me re-add it
There we
because for some reason it's just
Aldean actually got a better initiative. What the hell?
You have to use the first roll you got.
Even then.
Yeah, but Felix finishes having his crisis, sees this, and walks over to Dara and just goes, "What's happening?"
Our two muscleheads are dueling.
Why?
As you come outside, a lot of the kids, like who were practicing magic, look over and just like,
Because
just says,
our
"Oh, is the
muscleheads are
betting going
idiots.
on?"
It's for fun and entertainment. Would you like to place a bet? We're placing bets.
Yes, I'm going to bet. And he just leans into the tiefling kid's ear. If any of you want to do perception, you can. Also, here's some new music for you, Mill.
Darren
Nope.
just leads over to Felix and goes, because our two muscleheads are idiots.
Fair enough.
Brick's not very perceptive.
Not Aldean. Pelios is. Aldean's too focused on getting ready for the duel.
Does anyone else want to perceive what Oryx tells the
Yeah.
tiefling boy?
Just give me a second.
Damn, Seamus is.
Wrong one.
he's too
This is
focused on
Jubilee.
the fight.
Wow, only Pelios hears this.
Wait,
Uh,
Tyron's there.
Yeah.
Oh
only-
yeah, persuaded. So only Tyron and Pelios get this. I'm going to DM both of you this. I'm just going to DM Jack first because he did the roll first.
Mm.
And he goes.
By the way, what level is the one shot club at? Are we at level 6, right?
Yeah. 6.
Yes.
Good.
Aldean
Yes.
has a.
What?
So yeah, that's what gets said.
Tyron just rolls their eyes.
Pelios chuckles.
So, time to fight, my guys. Aldean, you go first. So what's happened is that you're both 30 feet away from each other. So you have time to sort of like prepare something, or make the other one try and come to you if you want them to approach first.
Oh, you're approaching me? No.
So Aldean, what do you do first?
Well, Aldean, very first thing he does is tries to decide on a spell. And he casts Shield of Faith as a bonus action on himself. Then he approaches Brick and goes for the sword swing.
Not
We
without
need to.
rage.
Jack?
Not using outrage.
No.
Jack,
What?
you're not using outrage?
No.
Wow. Okay then, yeah.
He's not going for the kill on this one. Why would he use
Brick.
outrage?
Brick, does that hit?
Yeah, that does. And I'm gonna use a superiority dice to do a parry. And
Oh,
yeah, let's
go
see,
for
I
it, my
think-
guy.
I gotta remember.
what
I think
does
it's a D10.
What does that do? Does that reduce damage or something?
Yeah.
Well, let me roll
Another
damage.
D8. Yeah.
That's 6 damage. And Aldean, oh, not 6 damage, 8 damage. Aldean also infuses it with a level 1 Divine Smite.
So yeah, you know, Jack, I'm not killing Brick, as he does a fucking smite.
So,
Okay.
I take
That
8.
basically just negates the parry.
Yeah.
So 8 damage.
So you lose 8 damage, Brick.
And Aldean goes again, because he can attack a second time.
That
So,
Does
yeah,
a 25.
so Brick has lost 8 damage so far.
And that's another 11.
Now Brick has lost 19 HP.
Alright. It is
You
Brick's
making-
turn now.
Are you making sure to take it off your sheet, Dylan?
Yes.
Good job, my guy. Now it's Brick's turn.
Yes. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead, use a bonus action to use my superiority dice
For
to
what?
faint. To faint.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So that gives me, let me see. So I have to see if I have to make a roll. I don't think I have to. I just get advantage, and I can add the superiority die to the damage roll if I hit. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
Oh,
Nope.
that doesn't hit, does it?
No, but I'm gonna
Definitely
use the
not.
bardic inspiration.
Oh yeah.
What's the Bardic Inspiration dice?
D8.
Still not gonna hit.
8 plus 6.
22 wouldn't hit.
No, not with Shield of Faith. He's at 23 with Shield of Faith.
Damn.
Aldean is a tanky boy.
That's a 22.
So you go for the hit, and he still just manages to bash the sword away. Even with your feint, Aldean was clearly ready for it. You still have another attack.
Nope.
19.
You hate to see it.
Fucking hate your shield of faith. I'm gonna use action surge. Go for another couple of attacks.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
doesn't give
just
me a-
barely misses.
Shit. Fuck.
You hate to see it.
I hate you. You're such a bitch with this shield of faith bullshit.
So, after Brick does multiple attacks that don't hit, something happens, Aldean, and the glowing around you just vanishes.
Oi, which one of you negated my spell?
Make a perception check to look around. If anyone else wants to, they can.
Nat 20.
You see the universe.
You look around, your head twists around like an owl for fun.
Jubilee and Dairon both got both rolls.
Okay, who else wants to see you've done that?
So, Felix.
Seamus, maybe.
Pelios will check as well.
Through. Jesus, so many nat 20s.
Nope. This is trash right now. My rolls in general are trash right now.
Everyone sees who did it. As Oryx teleports away after doing that.
Oi, Oryx. Interference.
He's already gone.
Making things fair, methinks.
Aldean was using his own abilities. That's not really making things fair, it's cheating.
If Brick was allowed inspiration, then Aldean was allowed to cast Shield of Faith.
Yep.
Oryx is already gone now.
Yeah, no, that's a bitch ass move. It's my turn again, isn't it?
Yeah, go.
Aldean just cast Shield of Faith again.
You're a bitch.
And Aldean attacks again.
That doesn't hit.
Didn't think so. Nope.
That also doesn't hit.
Wow. Damn. You got a massive chunk of damage earlier on.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be mad about this.
Brick, it's your move.
Nope.
God. She's just gonna get to the point where Brick. Aldane's just gonna achieve a no damage run in this fight.
Go ahead, Rick, go again.
No, not happening. Alright.
Don't forget of abilities you've got, Brick.
I know.
Yeah, you can only use action surge once, my guy.
I know.
Don't forget that too.
Let's see. Well, I mean, I'm done with my turn here.
Aldane's turn then?
Yeah, if you just attack and sadly miss.
Yep.
Aldane.
Oh, I mean, maybe I'll do bonus action to try to. No, there's not really anything I can do with my bonus action.
There is one ability you can use that you've not done yet.
Which one? Just.
I'm not telling you. Look at your character sheet. I literally copied it from what you did from the One Shot Club.
Oh, I mean, I can do that, but I don't need to yet. Alright, I'm gonna. Jack, it's
Fair
your
enough,
turn.
then.
I didn't know that was what you were talking about. I knew about that, but I'm planning on using it later.
Aldain uses Channel Divinity to spell slots.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
While you do that, I just need to make an actual, important phone call. Won't be long.
Okay. Stabby stab. Nope.
Missed.
And stabby stab. There we go. Does that hit?
Yes.
10 damage.
Cool. Alright,
your
my
turn.
turn?
Mm-hmm.
Superiority dice for fainting attack.
Nope.
Wow. The fuck? I'm getting
You're gonna have to roll really high to hit Aldain.
I know, I fucking hate Shield of Faith.
It's a busted move, which is why I went for it immediately.
Go ahead, Jack, you're up.
Stabby. Nope.
Miss. Miss.
Nope. We're gonna get a lot of rounds of us just whiffing off each other.
Oh, there we go.
There's a hit.
I hit you.
9 damage. I wish it was 8 damage, that way it would be at 69 HP.
That one's no good.
Okay, so yeah.
I'm gonna use bonus action to do second wind. There we go. I get that
Ooh,
much
what's that
HP
do?
back. I get that much HP back.
Neato. Okay, good. I keep concentration.
Damn it.
Oh, didn't
Also-
you have to do that last turn too?
I didn't take any damage for now.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Also, this is why generally you don't have party members fighting each other, because this is what happens.
All right, Jack, go ahead. Nope.
But I'm gonna use that inspiration dice. Let's see what the inspiration dice is for Plios.
D8,
Should be
isn't it?
D8.
Thought so. Roll D8. Does 22
That
hit?
one does. That one does hit.
Excellent. 10 more damage. And strike again. I'm just gonna go on a limb here and guess that hits.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
13 damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my last superiority dice to do a parry on that last one.
Go for it. That's probably the smart move.
There we go. That's not a bad amount. So I'll take a total of
So between those
16.
two, yes.
16. That's the wrong sheet.
So yeah, that's 16 total.
Alright. My turn. Nope. Nope. Go. Nope.
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 Ooh, what happens?
What
That
happens
one's
if it's in that one?
No, kind of.
Does that mean I get a? Does that mean I get advantage on the next attack?
Sure, we'll go with that. Go ahead and roll. And it still misses. Oh, there you go. 7 damage.
Yeah, that was a trash damage roll.
Still keeping shield of faith.
Stop rolling 17. Miss.
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 Alright, go.
Wow, what the hell? Same roll. Oh,
20.
fuck.
I'm sorry about this.
That's not
Oh
too bad.
no!
That's still 10 damage.
Yeah,
Alright,
but it could have
next
been a
one.
lot worse. You rolled shit on both damage dice.
Yeah, you got lucky, dude.
Go ahead. Yep.
Oh. So that's still 8 more damage.
Yep.
Are you still conscious?
Yes.
I'm kind of impressed that you're still taking this much damage and are conscious.
Yeah, he's staggered right now. Go ahead.
Does a 19 hit?
Nope.
Oh, good.
Nope.
There we go. Your turn.
Yes.
There it is.
Woo! Spicy meatball. There, that's the roll I'm looking for. That one was not. Alright,
Con
now you
check.
have to roll.
God damn
Damn
it.
Yeah, he keeps Shield of Faith and it's pissing me off.
Aldean is going to drop Shield of Faith and use something else.
Fuck! Paladins are a pain in the ass.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to use Divine Favor instead. Don't forget, he's still a really high AC. It's just a tiny bit less now.
Seamus is gonna intervene again, and he's gonna use Healing Word. Because he doesn't want to lose his gold. Oh, that still misses, by the way.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Misses.
Also, if you do try to use Healing Word, that
Oh!
will count as a multiplication, or, you know, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
That is 19 damage.
That one doesn't hit. Or does it?
No.
Nope.
No, I already know he's got like a 19 or 20 AC.
Okay.
Yeah, hit. Cool. Nope.
Ooh. How is Brick looking?
Oh, he's looking pretty ragged right now, but he's still going.
Alright, go. That'll hit.
I just like to point out that you've been getting the hits you needed to actually,
Yeah.
hit when Shield of Faith was up. When it's not actually another nat 20. Oh,
And a
that is-
trash roll.
That is garbage. That is
Oh my
hot
god.
garbage.
That is hilarious.
That is
How's
two
Aldane,
ones on
how's
the
Aldane
dice.
looking right now, though? Probably a lot better than Brick.
He's not looking that good either right now. You got some pretty chunky hits in.
Yeah. Shit, that hits. Fuck.
And Eldane's gonna smite.
Yeah, well, he's down anyway, no matter what.
Oh, he's already down?
Yeah, he's down. I was at 5 HP.
Okay. Aldane doesn't bother with the smite then.
What was your HP down to?
13.
Oh, I was close. If I had one more spicy hit. Oh.
Yeah,
If you hadn't
that was
rolled
actually
like
good.
garbage on that fucking nat 20, then you might have done it.
Yeah, I know.
No, if you did max damage on the nat 20,
I don't know.
still
Yeah, I don't know.
wouldn't have been enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
no, that was a close one.
So yeah, now
It's just unfortunate that you had the bad luck of having to deal with Shield of Faith so much.
If I had action surge, if I had just saved action surge, I would have had it later on and been able to do some more with it.
yeah.
If I had
mean, the
waited
thing-
for you to drop Shield of Faith for that to happen, that would have been ideal.
Yeah, you actually would have gotten a lot more hits in on Aldane if he hadn't had Shield of Faith up. Because you had a bunch of 1s and 22s, which would
But
have
you-
hit.
You also have Cure Wounds, so you would have been able to heal yourself.
Yes. I would have sacrificed a turn of attacking. And this is a damage race.
Yeah.
Is Kaido back yet?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, dang.
Well, let's take this time to do a long rest, I guess.
Nah. You don't need to take a long rest right now.
So
do.
we can. Okay,
I'm
we can,
unconscious, bro.
Aldane Cure Wounds on Brick.
So Felix will share with the.
Oh no, he just lays on hands for 15 hit points.
Oh, okay.
Then Felix, while we're waiting, Felix will share with the main party Kurogane's message.
Well,
Oh,
if he's on his way over, then we might as well just wait here for him.
Oh, I didn't actually check if he was actually on his way over here. I probably should have done that right.
Hey, can we call this at least a short rest? Because then I get all my shit back, actually.
Yeah, there's a short rest.
Then we'll do
Right.
a few hits.
You
Oh
probably.
my fucking god. Hello.
Yo.
Oh my!
Uh,
Wow! Trash hit dice.
So what's going on?
Aldane won.
Brick lost.
Right. So yeah, basically to give my boss called because on Saturday our door apparently didn't lock properly because of a cleaner who shouldn't have been there. So I don't know
Huh.
what's happened exactly. But yeah, it's just a fucking mess. Thank God I'm not opening up tomorrow. Or closing, for that matter, as bad as that sounds. But yeah. So yeah, Aldane won, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're doing a short rest afterwards, which gets me back all my stuff, and I was able to mostly replenish my health with hit dice.
It was close, to be fair. Fucking Brick got 2 nat 20s at the end.
Oh, Brick
Yeah.
started popping up, did he? My guy.
Yeah, because Aldane dropped Shield of Faith to do his fucking Divine Favor bullshit.
Greedy.
But I had him down to like 13 HP.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. Then I'm glad.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say everyone who bet would have gotten their money, on Aldane.
I think Polaris is the only one who actually bet on Aldane.
To be fair, yeah, sure. Also, I should actually roll for the odds. Wow.
Because everyone except Pelios bet on Aldan. Bet
Uh,
on Brick.
Aldane winning was 1-7, 7 to
Paula?
1 or whatever it is.
The Pelios gets back 140 gold.
Do you want to know what Brick's odds to win were?
What?
Brick's actually the favourite to win at 3-1.
Oh man.
Damn it, Brick.
Also, you know what this means? After that happens, Pelios gets his knife and fork out and surprisingly puts his bib on
Pisces?
very well nowadays.
You mean Pisces, not Pelios.
Like, yes, Pisces is controlling Pelios to eat. No, yeah, I meant Pisces.
What are you getting ready to eat?
He lost, so I eat you.
That is not how it works at all.
Fight, 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 fight.
The boss music is already playing, my friend. No, he doesn't say that.
Jubilee walks up and dope slaps Pisces. And drags him off like no.
He starts screaming like a child throwing a temper tantrum.
I mean, that's what Pisces is right now, isn't it?
I mean, he's
Akra,
actually quite old for...
Akra, do you have any like timeout spots for the kids?
Give me a second as he moves very fast over to Pisces. And give me 1 second. Wrong sheet, that's Rua. Rua is currently incapacitated. As Rua gets ready, Rua gets ready to flick. Flicks him right in the head. And now Pisces must make a con save. Fails. He is now stunned.
Talk shit, get hit.
Not long after this, actually. This is the wrong thing, for fuck's sake. I'm so cringe. It's fine. No, this is too jelly. Oh, what the fuck is it? No, this is like final boss music, I don't want this. Is it? Fuck it, it will be. Why not? So after that happens and things wind down, Oryx comes back as new music comes in. As guess who appears?
Kuro?
Oh wow, you
Correct.
got here fast.
Oryx gave me the brief on what was going on. I needed an excuse anyway to go to Tennoyama if that's where we're heading. Apparently you all were very indecisive, so...
We literally just got here and woke up. If anything, blame Aldane for getting distracted by having a fight.
It was a fun little sparring match. Don't get mad that you lost the bet.
This is Felix who didn't bet anything, so.
Oh, never mind. It was a little sparring match, and before he pieced out to join you, he decided to interfere in this sparring match.
I did no such thing. That is slander, my friend.
Half of us saw you do it.
Everyone saw him do it, I'm fairly sure.
No, Seamus didn't see me do it.
Ah, shit.
Wait, fuck. Ah! God damn it. Anyway. Ugh. Oh, yes. Anyway, you nerds, losers. Yeah, Brick was loser, right? Fuck, you didn't get a double knockout. Oh, I was gonna fix it so you both got knocked out at the same time. Whatever. Anyway, right, Afru, Juniper, Brick, Pelagios? No, Pelios, sorry. I've hit the sauce today, I'm a bit drunk, it's fine.
No, Pelagios is right.
No, it's not.
Thank you, anyway. Thank you, Afru number 3. Is there the 4 of you? Anyway. Pisces and Tristina, no, Tristan. I can take you to where you would like if you want to leave now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we probably shouldn't waste any time. We should get Centralis so Tristan can have his reunion.
Yes, I'd like to meet up with Cousin Zaris while we're up over there as well.
You guys have like a fight pit, don't you?
We have an arena.
Well,
They
Brick
have an
set
arena
then.
even.
Brick
Oh.
set then.
Fight
Oh, before
arena.
we go, I'd like to say goodbye. Let's say some goodbyes.
Goodbye, Pelios. I guess you're staying behind. Wow, crazy.
No.
Give me a second. Anyway. Oh god, it went up my nose. And he just starts blowing his nose really loudly.
Are you sure you're in the right condition to teleport us safely?
Yeah, I am. It's fine. Just because I might be off target in many ways doesn't mean my teleportation will be off target. There'll only be a 20% chance you're in the ocean.
Goody.
I kid, I'm not that fucking bad.
Pelias
only 10%.
Goes and looks for Hope to say goodbye.
I think Dyron and Jubilee just nod at each other. Like, words were spoken but not spoken kind of thing.
I forgot to press mute. I'm not used to voice activity on Discord. I've used push to talk more than I've ever used voice activity in my lifespan of Discord.
Wow, Oryx, you sound really bad. That was a hell of a sneeze.
Yeah, because I vomited and it went through my nose. Anyway. I'm awake now. It's fine. Actually, you know what? I don't even need to be like this. As he just like rubs his hand on his face. Oh, greater restoration. There's nothing that beats a 7th level spell to make myself not out like drunk. Anyway.
Oh, Greater Restoration.
Suddenly-
That's the spell that could have saved you from being a simpleton, Tristan. Why is everyone so silent?
I don't know.
Trying to think of how to respond to this.
Dyron and Julie just both take a step back from you.
I mean, yeah, you're right, Afro. I guess, well, sucks for you then. I guess I'm not cooking for you now for 3 months. Oh, wait, hey, I'm going to be seeing my sister anyway, so fuck you. I guess we'll have to go back to Palaio's cooking food.
I'm not that bad at cooking, am I?
Bruh, I'd sooner drink dog water.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've already done that. It's fine.
I mean, to be fair, his dog water's better than your dog water, Afro.
Yeah, because I don't cook.
Yeah, because you're too lazy to do it, aren't you? Because you know you're not good enough.
Yeah. People are good at different things. It's the way the world works. I'm not good at cooking. Pelias is bad at picking up women.
Why are you our boss? Why are you our boss then if you're not good at that?
We didn't have a cooking contest to decide the leader, you know.
Whatever. Anyway, I want to see my sister now. And
Give me 1 moment, and then we can go.
as you go in, Akira actually says, "I'll show you where she is." As you go inside, Akira leads you upstairs to where the bedrooms are, and you actually see as Hope is actually playing with a few of the children in like a playroom. She already looks a lot more happier than she did before, but you can sort of tell that like She sort of needed this.
Mm-hmm.
You actually see another human child, a young boy as well, and quite a lot of varied races of children.
Laios just smiles softly.
As you do, Hope actually looks at you and just says, "Oh, are you going now?"
Yeah, I'm going to be leaving. I just want to say goodbye before I did.
Uh, Actually, out of character, give me a second. Of a sneeze is coming.
Mm.
Oops. Wrong button. What the fuck?
I
Can't I just look at the spell?
Anyway, so as you say that, she just like slowly lowers her head and just like, well, thank you again for before.
Hey, maybe I'll come by again sometime and see ya.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. Yeah.
Goodbye, Hope.
Goodbye, Pelios. She walks up and gently hugs your legs.
Laios gently pats her head.
Akra leads you back out, and at this point, I imagine the groups are saying the goodbyes to each other as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it was lovely to meet you folks, and if you're ever in the need for a mercenary group in Bovetment, you know who to call.
Ghostbusters?
Right. Not the Slayer's take.
I mean, only if you want a complete mess of a group. Trust me, none of the other mercenary
Don't
groups in
worry, I
Bovet.
trust Jubilee more with my life at this point.
Don't worry, we'll give you a friend's rate.
Only a 1% discount.
Exactly.
Sounds lovely.
Before, like, Tyron hands Jubilee a letter to give to Barkeep when they see him. Make sure he gets this, okay? And Jubilee nods and goes back to join the rest of the group.
So, I'll be taking you guys to Centralis if you're fine with that, yes?
Yep.
Sure.
Mhm.
Excellent. So then, it was fun seeing you all. I mean, well, I'll be back anyway, sooner, because of Rua. Anyway, whatever. I will see you all for now. And yes, it's time to go, Slayer's Take. Let's, I mean, I don't really care what you do, but as long as you don't cause problems, especially since there's currently no king in charge of the country.
Mm.
Hey, Pliers, do you think your current cousin Zaros would just let us do what we want?
Probably not.
If we do what we want and blame it on you, do you think he'll just kill you?
Nope.
Blame it on Aldane, he's supposed to be the responsible one.
Good point.
Before they go, Oryx and Akra just give each other a nod, and with a few claps, the Slayer's Take blink away. Leaving the main party plus Kurogane. Kuro...
Well, that was an adventure. Can we go now?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I want to see my brother. And I want to make sure home is safe.
Yes, we get
Alright.
to go to Tenoyama.
What's Felix's problem? Daddy issues?
Yep.
Do you actually know that, Aldane?
I do actually have to get going, guys, so I'll talk to you later, okay?
I was going to say
Later,
we're going to
Gun.
wrap this soon anyway.
Yeah.
As you guys make your way and depart for Tenoyama. And that's
And that's
the
the stream.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's the session, and that is therefore also the stream. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed this. In terms
If
of
you haven't enjoyed it, cope Sieve Mold. I don't really care which order you do it in.
in terms of future stuff, Tuesday I'll be there. Fuzzy should be there, and we'll be doing something. Thursday will be more Ace Attorney. We are in the middle of the second case of the second game. Maya has once again been accused of murder because, of course, she has.
As always.
I'll be real with you. It's not going to be the last time either.
Yeah,
Not surprised.
not surprised at all. In terms on Saturday, we'll be discussing the animated content of Demon Slayer. So everything from the very start of the series to the end of the Entertainment District arc.
It's gonna be a fun time.
And then next Sunday, we return with the D&D as we head towards Tenoyama.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, again, thank you for watching. And please do give us a follow on Twitch and Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube. And otherwise, we will hopefully see you next time. Good night.
Later.
Bye.